Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get the sales started. I want to welcome everyone out here to Monroe Livestock Auction. It's good to see everyone. If you're watching us on Facebook, we're glad you're here with us. And if you're watching and bidding on DV auctions, we're glad you're with us also, and hope you guys enjoy your time with us today. So I think we do have a horse sale coming up this Friday, a driving horse sale. So that'll start at 5 p.m. on Friday. I think you're good there. So whenever they get the calf in, we'll get the sale going today. $46.63 bull calf. All right there. Here we get it on 15. 15, we get 15 quarter. Here we get 15, 15 a quarter, 15 and a half. 50, we get 50, we get 50, 75, 15, 75, 16, 16 a quarter, 16 and a half, 75, 16, 75, 17, 17 a quarter half. At 17 and a half, 75 here, 18, we give 18 quarter. Here we give 18 a quarter half. Here we on 18, 50, 75, 18, 75. At 18, 75, 75 here we give 18, 75. Sold it over 18, 50, 80 on 2. $48.09 on the bull calf. I tell but I'm on 15, 15, we get 50, we get 50, we get 15, we get 15, we get 14. And now quarter, we get 14, 14 a quarter, but I'm on quarter now half, we get 14 and a half, 14 and a half, but I'm on 14, 50, 75, and now 1500, we get 15, 15, 15, but I'm on 15, 15, we get 15, we get 15, sold it over 14.75, 40 on 1. $48.15 bull calf. $48.15 on the bull calf. Right here, but I'm on 18. We give 18. We give 18. We give 18. 17. 17 a quarter and a half. We give 18. 18 a quarter half. 18 and a half. At 18. 50. 75. 18. 75. 19. 19. $100. We give 19. We give 19. At 18. 80. Now 90. Now 90. Now 19. 19. 19. 10. 10. But I'm on 10. 20. We give 19. 20. At 19. 10. But I'm on 20. We give 20. We give 20. Sold it over 19. 10. 40 on 20. $46.76. Bull calf, and but I'm on 15, 15, we get 15, 15, 15, but I'm on 15, we get 15, 14, 14 a quarter, and I'll have, here we get 14 and a half, here but I'm on 50, we get 50, we get 50, 75, here but I'm on 75, 15, 15, we get 15, 100, we get 14, 80, 70, we get 80, we get 80, we get 80, sold it over 14, 75, but I'm on 10, 31. $48.12 bull calf. $48.12 on the bull calf. I tell you, but I'm on 19. We get 19. We get 19. 19 now quarter. $1,900 now quarter. We get 19. 19 a quarter. We get 19 a quarter. 19. 19 a quarter. We get 19 a quarter. Sold it over 1,940 on 20. $48.16 bull calf. $48.16 on the bull calf. And but I'm on 14. 14 now quarter and a half. Here we get 14 and a half. 75. 14. 75. 15. 15 now quarter. At $1,500 now quarter. We get on 10. 20. We get 15. 20. We get 20. We get 20. We get 20. We get 20. Sold it over 15. 10. 10. 31. $46.58. $46.58 on the bull calf. 15, 15, what I'm on 15, 15, what do you get 15, what do you get 15, what do you get 14, 14, 14 a quarter, at 14, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, 75, 14, 75, 15, 15, 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter, what do you get 25, 25, here, but I'm on 25, sold it over 1,500, but I'm on 40 on 1. $46.65. Heifer, $46.65 on the heifer. I tell you, but I'm on 16, 16, 16, we get 16, 16, 16, we get 15, 15, 15, but I'm on 15, we get 15, quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, 75 here, now 16, 16, 16 a quarter and a half, 16 and a half, 16 and a half here, now 75, 16, 75, 17, 17, 17 a quarter, we get 17 a quarter, 17 a quarter, and now half here, we get 17, 50, 75, 75 here, we get 75, 17, 75, sold it over 17, 50, but I'm on 90, 130, 90, 130. $46.55 on the bull calf. 14, 14 a quarter and a half. Here, but I'm on 14, 50, 75, 75 here, 15, 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter, 15, 10, 20, but I'm on 20, 30, we get 30, we get 30, 40, we get 15, 40, 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 15, 50, sold it over 15, 40, 40 on 1. 48-14, bull calf. 48-14 on the bull calf. 10, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, but you get 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13. And now quarter half here, but I'm on 13, 50, but you get 50, but you get 50, 75, 13, 75, 75 here, but you get 13, 75. At 13, 50, but you get 75 to 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14 a quarter, at 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, sold at over 1400, 10, 31. 46-56 bull calf. 46-56 on the bull calf. 15, 15, but you get 15, 15, 15 a quarter. At 15, 15 a quarter half. Here, but I'm on 15 a half. 75, 15, 75, 75. Here, but you get 15, 75, 15, 75. Here, but you get 75. Sold up over 15, 50, 88, 87. 46-61. On a heifer, I dare, but I'm on 4, but I get 4, but I get 400, but I get 4, but I get 400, but I get 4, but I get 4, but I get 3, 3, 3, but I'm on 300, but I get 3, 3, 3, 3, but I'm on 3, but I get 2, 2, but I get 200 now quarter, and 2, 2 and a quarter, but I get 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a half, yeah, but I'm on 50, 75, 2, 75, 3, but I get 300, but I get 3 quarter, and 3 and a quarter half, yeah, but I'm on 350, and now 75, 3, 75, here, but I get 375, 375, 350, but I get 375, here, but I get 375, sold it over 350, 80 on 10. 46-77 bull calf. 46-77 on the bull calf. Aim, but I'm on 15. 15, but I get 15. 15, but I get 15, but I get 14. 14, but I'm on 4. But I get 14 a quarter. 14 a half. 75. Down 15. 15, 15 a quarter. 15, 15 a quarter. 15 a quarter half. Here, but I get 15 a half. 15 a half. 75. 15, 75. 75. Here, but I get 15. 75. 15, 50. Now 75. Here, but I get 75. Sold it over 15, 50. 88, 87. 48-11 bull calf. 48-11 on the bull calf. 14 at 14, but you get 14. 14, but I'm on 14. 14, but you get 14. 14, but I'm on 14. 14 a quarter, and I'll have here, but you get 14 a half. 75 down 15. 15, 15, 15 a quarter. At 15, 15 a quarter. 15, but you get 15 a quarter. 15, 15 a quarter, but you get 15 a quarter. 15 a quarter. Sold it over 1500. 10, 31. 48-13 bull calf. 48-13 on the bull calf. Here at there, but I'm on 18. But I give 1800. I'm going to give 18 quarter. And I'll have here, but I give 50, 75, 18, 75, 75. Here, but I'm on 75, 60, 70, 70, now 80. But I give 80, now 90, 18, 90, now 19, 10, 10, 10, 10, but I'm on 10, 20. And now 30, but I get 19, 30, 40. But I get 40, 50. But I get 19, 50. But I get 50, but I get 50, 60. 19, 60. But I get 60, but I get 60, but I get 60. Sold it over 19, 50. But I'm on 91, 30. 47-22 bull calf. 47-22 on the bull calf. Right here, beginning but about 14. At 14, 14 a quarter, 14 a half, 75 to 15, 15, 15 a quarter. At 15, 15 a quarter, but you get 15, 15 a quarter, 15, but you get 15 a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, but you get 15 a quarter. Sold at over 1500, 10, 31. 47-20 bull calf. 47-20 on the bull calf. Here we go. All right here, but I'm on 15. 15, but you get 15. 15, 15, but I'm on 15. 15, but you get 15, but you get 15, but you get 15. $100, but you get 15. 14, 14 a quarter. And I'll have 14 a half. Here, but I'm on 50. At 14, 50, but you get 50. 75, 14, 75, 15. 15, 15, but I'm on 15. 15 a quarter. 15, 10, 20, but I'm on 20. But you get 20, but you get 20, but you get 20, 30, but I'm on 15, 30. 15, 30, but you get 30, but you get 30, but you get 15, 30, but you get 30. Sold it over 15, 20, 10, 31. 46-74 bull calf. 46-74 on the bull calf. All right here, but I'm on 14 quarter. Here down half. Here we get 14 and a half. 75, 15, 15, 15 a quarter. 15, 10, 15, 10, but I'm on 10. But I get 10, but I get 10. $1,500 now 10, but I get 15, 10. Sold it over 1500, 10, 31. 48-20 bull calf. 48-20 on the bull calf. 3, but I'm on 3, but he gets 300, but he get 3, 3, 3, 3, but I'm on 3 quarter. At $300 now quarter, but he get 3, 3 and a quarter, but he get 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, $300 now quarter. At 3, 3 and a quarter half, yeah, but I'm on 350. Now 75, 375, 75, here, but I'm on 375. At 350, but he get 375, here, but I'm on 375. Sold it over 350, 80 on 10. 46.79, bull calf. 46.79 on the bull calf. Right there. Here, but I'm on right there. We get down, but I'm on 1,000. We get down, but I'm on 1,000. Hit down, we get down, we get 1,000. We get down, but I'm on 1,000. We get 1,000. We get 800 here. We get 8. We get 8. We get 800. We get 8. We get 600 here. But I'm on 6. At 6 here. We get 6 here. We get 6 and now quarter. We get $600 now quarter. At $600 now quarter and a half. Here we get 650, 75, 675 down 7. 7. We get 7. We get 7 now quarter. 7, 7, 7 a quarter half. Here we get 750, 75. At 7, 75 here now 8. We get $800 now quarter. We get 8 here. We get 8 and a quarter half. Here but I'm on 50. We get 850. At 850, 75, 875, 75 here. We get 875 here. Now 9, 9 here. We get 9. And we get 9, 875 here. We get 9. We get 9. Sold it over 875. 10, 31. 46, 86. Bull calf, 46.86 on the bull calf. Right there, but I'm on 14, but I'm on 14, now quarter, now half. Here we get 14 and a half, 75 to 15, but I'm on 50, we get 15, 1480, 1480, we get 80, now 90, we get 1490 to 15, but I'm on 15, we get 15, sold it over 1490, 10, 31, 47.16. Bull calf, 47.16 on the bull calf. Here, but I'm on 3. We get 300, not quarter and a half. Here, we get 350, 75, 4. But about 400, we get 4. At 400, we get 4. We get 4. We get 4. 375, here, but I'm on 4. 375, here, we get 4. We get 4. Sold it over 375. But I'm on 40 on 3. 48.04 bull calf, 48.04 on the bull calf, and right there, but I'm on 15, we get 15, we get 14 a quarter and a half, 14 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, and now 75, 14, 75, 15, 10, but I'm on 10, 20, we get 15, 20, and now 30, but I'm on 30, 40, we get 15, 40, we get 40, 50, we get 15, 50, at 15, 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 15, 50, sold it over 15, 40, 10, 31, 41, 7. 47.17 on the bull calf. Right there, but I'm on 15, we get 15 a quarter, we get 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, 75, 15, 75, 16 a quarter, 16 and a half, 75, at 16, 75 here, but I'm on 17, then we get 17 a quarter, I now have here, but I'm on 17, 50, 75, 75 here, no 18, we get 18 quarter, we get 18 a quarter, 18 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, at 18, 75, 75 here, to 19, we get 19, 18, 80, now 90, at 18, 90, to 19, 10, but I'm on 10, 20, at 19, 20, we get 20, now 30, but I'm on 30, 40, we get 19, 40, 50, we get 19, 50, 60, at 19, 60, now 70, we get 70, now 80, 1980, now 90, 1990, now 2000, 2000, but I'm on 2, we get 2,000, we get 2, sold it over 1990. 48.59. 46.78. Bull calf. 46.78 bull calf. I tell you, but I'm on 14, we get 14, but I'm on 14, we get 14, we get 13, but I'm on 13, 12, at $1,200, we get 12, here, but I'm on 12, here, we get 12, here, we get 12, 11, here, we get 11, and now quarter, and now half, here, but I'm on 50, 11, 50, 75, now 12, now quarter and a half, 12 and a half, 75, now 13 a quarter, at 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, at 13, 50, we get 50, we get 13, 50, at 13, 50, we get 50, 50, sold it over 13, 25, 10, 31, 46.59. Bull calf, 46.59 on the bull calf, but I'm at 14, now quarter, 14 a quarter, but I'm at 25, here we get 25, 14, 25, 50, now 75, 14, 75, 15, we get $1,500, we get 15, we get 15, at 14, 75, here, but I'm on 15, 1480, now 90, we get 1490, 90, we get 90, sold it over 1480, 40 on 1. 46.57. Bull calf, 46.57 on the bull calf, 14. We have about 14 a quarter half. We have about 14 a half, 75. And now 15 a quarter, 15 a half, 75. 15, 75, 15, 75, 16. At 16, we get 16. 15, 75 here, but I'm on 16. Sold it over 15, 75, 88, 87. 48.19. Bull calf, 48.19 on the bull calf. Right there, here we go, right there, but I'm on 13, but I'm on 13, we get 13, we get 12, here, but I'm on 12, here, we get 12, we get 12, here, we get 1100, 11, we get 11 here now, quarter, 11, here, we get 11 a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 50, 75, now 12, here, we get 12 and a quarter, but a quarter, half, here, we get 12, 50, 75, down, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, we get 50, we get 13, 50, 75, 13, 75, at 13, 75, here, we get 13, 75, sold it over 13, 50, 10, 31. 48.05. Heifer, 48.05 on a heifer. Damn, but I'm on 15. 15, but I get 15. 15, but I get 15, but I get 15, but I get 15, but I get 13. 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13. 13, 13, but I get 13. 11. 1100, but I get 11. 11, and now quarter. 11, 11, a quarter, half. Yeah, but I'm on 50. 75. Now 12, 12, 12. Now quarter and a half. Yeah, but I'm on 12, 50. 75 here. At 12, 75, 13. 13, a quarter, 13 and a half. And now 75. 13, 75, 75 here, but I'm on 13. 75. 13, 50. 75. 13, 50, but I get 75. Sold it over 13, 50. 80 on 20. 46.64. Heifer, 46.64 on a heifer. What about 18? What do you give 18? What do you give 18? 17. 17. What do you give 17? 17. What do you give 17? 16. 16. 16 a quarter. 16. 16 a quarter. 16 and a half. 75 here. What do you give 17? 17 a quarter. 17 and a half. 75. 17. 75. 18. At 18 quarter. What do you give 18 a quarter? 18 a quarter. What about quarter? 18 a quarter. 18 and a half. At 18. 50. 75. 18. 75. 75 here. What do you give 18? 75. At 18. 60. Now 70. What do you give 18? 70. Now 80. What do you give 80? What do you give 80? Sold it over 18. 70. 91. 30. 46.87. Bull calf, 46.87 on the bull calf. But about 14, 14, but about 14, 14 a quarter. At 14, 14 a quarter. Everybody get 14 a quarter. 14, 14 a quarter and a half. Everybody get 14 and a half. 75, 14, 75, 15, 15, 15 a quarter. At 15, 10, 10, but about 10. Everybody get 15, 10. At 15, everybody get 15, 10. Sold it over 1,500, 10, 31. 48.08. Bull calf, 48.08 on the bull calf. Right there. Here, but I'm on 14. 14, but he get 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 12. At 12 here, but I'm on 12 here, but he get 12. 8 here, but I'm on 8, but he get 6. Here, but he get 6. Here, but he get 6. Here, but he get 6 and now quarter. At 6 here, but he get 6 and a quarter. 6 here, but he get 6 and a quarter. 6 here and a quarter and a half. 6 and a half. 75 now 7. 7, but he get 7 now quarter and a half. Here, but he get 750. And now 75 here. No 8, but he get 8, but he get 8 now quarter and a half. Here, but I'm on 50. 75. 8, 75, 9, but he get 9, but he get 9, but he get 9 quarter. And 9 here, quarter half. Here, but he get 9, 50. 75. 9, 75 here, but he get 9, 75. And 9. 50, 975, 950, 975. Sold it over 950. 45, 55. 47, 27, bull calf. What about 14? 14, what about 14? 14, what do you get 14? 14, what about 14? What do you get 14? What do you get 14? 13, 13, 13 a quarter. 13, 13 a quarter. 13, what do you get 13 a quarter? 13, 13 a quarter. And what about half? Everybody get 13, 50, 75 to 14. At 14, 13, 75 here. What about 14? Sold it over 13, 75, 10, 31. 47, 25. Bull calf, 47.25 on the bull calf. But I'm 14, 14, but I'm 14, 14, but you get 14, 14, but you get 14, 13, 13, but I'm 13, 13 a quarter. At 13, 13 a quarter, half here, but I'm 13 and a half. 75, 13, 75 to 14. At 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, but you get 14 a quarter, 14, but you get 14 a quarter. Sold at over 1,410, 31. 46.85 bull calf, 46.85 on a bull calf. 15, 15, but I'm on 15, 15, but you get 15, but you get 15, but you get 15 now quarter. At 15, 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter, but you get 15 a quarter, 15 and a half. Here, but I'm on 15, but you get 15, 50. At 15, 50, but you get 50, but you get 50, but you get 15, 50. Sold at over 15, 25, 10, 31. 47.26 bull calf, 47.26 on the bull calf. Here, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14. Hit 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14 a quarter. Everybody get 14, 14 a quarter. Everybody get 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter. At 14, 14 a quarter. Sold at over 1,400, but I'm on 40 on one. 47.03 bull calf, 47.03 on the bull calf. Here, but I'm on 14, 14, but you get 14, 14, but I'm on 14. Hit 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but you get 14, 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 13 a quarter. At 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, but you get 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, but you get 13 a quarter. Sold at over 1,310, 31. 47.05. Heifer, 47.05 on a heifer here, but I'm on 18. But you give 18 quarter. At 18, but you give 18 a quarter. 18, 18 a quarter, but you give 18 a quarter. At 18 a quarter, now 18 a quarter. But you give 18, 18 a quarter, but you give 18 a quarter, but you give 18 a quarter. 18, 25, 18, 25, down 50. At 18, 50, 75 here, but you give 18, 75, 75 to 19, 19, 19. At 18, 80, now 90, 18, 90, 90, 90. Sold at over 1880. But I'm on 58, 61. On one. I'm sorry about that. 58.61 on one. 47.35, bull calf, here, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, but you get 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, quarter, but you get 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, but you get 50, but you get 50, somebody about 13, somebody about here to 14, 14, but I'm on 14, at 14, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, 75, 14, somebody about here to 15, 15, but you get 14, 80, at 80, but you get 80, but you get 80, but you get 80, but you get 80, sold at over 14, 75, 10, 31. 47.36. Bull calf right here, but I'm on 15, 15, but you get 50, but you get 50, but you get 50, but you get 14, and now quarter, but you get 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, yeah, but I'm on 50, 75, 14, 75, 15, 15, 15, 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, but you get 15 a quarter, sold at over 1,540 on one. 47.33 bull calf, 47.33 on the bull calf here, but I'm on 15, 15, 15, but I'm on 15, but you get 15, 15 a quarter, 15, 15, 15 a quarter, but you get 15, 15 a quarter, but you get 15 a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, but you get 15 a quarter, sold right over 1,588, 87. 47.31 bull calf, 47.31 on the bull calf, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but you get 14, 14, but you get 14, but you get 14, but you get 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 13 quarter, now half here, but I'm on 13, 50, 75 to 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14, but you get 14 a quarter, but you get 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, sold at over 1,400, 10.31. 47.21 bull calf, 47.21 on the bull calf, right there, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14 a quarter, half here, but I'm on 50, 75, 14, 75 here to 15, 15, 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter, but you get 15 a quarter, 15, 10, 20, but you get 20, 30, but I'm on 30, but you get 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 30, sold at over 15, 20, 40 on one. 47.34 bull calf, but I'm at 14, 14, but you get 14, 14, but you get 14, 14, but you get 14, 14, but I'm on 14, but you get 14, 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, but you get 13 a quarter, half here, but I'm on 50, 75, 13, 75, 75 here, but you get 75, 13, 75, 75 here, but you get 13, 75, sold at over 13.50, 10.31. 48.10 bull calf, but I'm on 15, 15 down, but you get 15, 15, but you get 50, but you get 50, but you get 15, but you get 15, 15, but you get 15, but you get 14, an out quarter, half, but you get 14 and a half, 75, 15, 15, 15 a quarter, foul half, but I'm on 15 and a half, 75, and now 16, 16, 16, but you get 16, $1,600, but you get 16, 15, 75 here, but you get 16, but you get 16, sold up over 1575, 88, 87. 47.23 bull calf, 47.23 on the bull calf, 14, 14, but you get 14, 14, but you get 14, but you get 14, but you get 13, 13, 13, 13 a quarter and a half, here, but I'm on 13 and a half, 13 and a half, at 13, 50, but you get 50, somebody about 13, somebody about 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but you get 14, 13, somebody about here, but I'm on 14, but you get 14, sold at over 13.75, 10.31. 47.32 bull calf, 47.32 on the bull calf, 14, 14 a quarter, and I'll have, here we get 14 and a half, 75, 14, 75, 15, 15, 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter, half, here we get 15 and a half, 30, at 15, 30, but you get 30, but you get 30, but you get 30, but you get 30, sold at over 15.25, 10.31. 47.37 bull calf, 47.37 bull calf, 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but you get 14, 14, but I'm on 14, but you get 14, but you get 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, but you get 13, but you get 12, here, but I'm on 12, 1,200, but you get 12, here, but you get 12, 11, 1,100, but you get 11, 11 and now quarter, 11 here, but you get 11 a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, 12 down quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half, 75, 12, 75, here, but you get 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 13, 13 a quarter, but you get 13 a quarter and a half, here, but I'm on 13, 50, 75, 13, 75, 13, 50, now 75, here, but you get 75, sold at over 13.50, 10.31. 50-48 bull calf. 50-48 on the bull calf. Right here we go there. Bottom on 17. Somebody would get 17. Somebody would get 17. 15, 15, 15, 15 a quarter. At 15, 15 a quarter. Everybody get 15, 15 a quarter. 15, would get 15 a quarter. 15 and a half. At 15, 50. Would get 50, would get 50, would get 50, would get 15, 50. At 15, 50, would get 50, would get 50. 15, 50. Sold it over 15, 25, 58, 61. 50, 40. 50-40 bull calf, 50-40 on the bull calf. I tell you, 14, 14, we get 14, now quarter and a half, here we get 14 and a half, 75, 14, 75, 75, here we get 14, 75, 75 here to 15, 15, 15, but I'm on 15, 14, 75 here, but I'm on 15, we get 15, sold it over 14, 75, 10, 31. 50-44 bull calf, 50-44 on the bull calf. Here I take about 14, 14, we get 14 quarter. At 14 a quarter, we get 14, 14 a quarter, we get 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, 75, 75 here to 15, 15, 15, but I'm 15, 15, we get 15. At 14, 75 here, but I'm 15, sold it over 14, 75, 10, 31. 50-43. Bull calf, 50-43 on the bull calf. Here, but I'm on 14. 14, we get 14 quarter. And I'll have, here, we get 14 and a half. 75, 75, here, we get 14, 75. And now 15, 15, we get 15, we get 14, 80. We get 80, we get 80, we get 80, we get 80. Sold it over 14, 75, 10, 31. 50-42 bull calf, 50-42 on the bull calf, 14, 14, but I'm on 14 quarter, at 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, here but I'm on 50, 75, 14, 75 here to 15, 15, 15, but I'm on 15, at 15, we get 15, we get 15 quarter, we get 15, 15 a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, sold it over 1500, 10, 31. 50-35 bull calf, 50-35 on the bull calf, 15, 15, but I'm on 15 quarter. At 15, 15 a quarter, we get 15 a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, half. Here, but I'm on 15 and a half. Here, we get 50. At 15, 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 15, 50. Sold it over 15, 25, 10, 31. 48-17. Heifer, 48-17, heifer, 18, we give 18 quarter, at 18, we give 18 a quarter, 18 a quarter, but I'll have, here we give 18, 50, 75, 18, 75, 75, 19, 19, 18, 80, now 90, at 18, now we get 90, now 19, 19, 19, we get 19, we get 19, sold it over 18, 90, put them on 91, 30. 48-06 bull calf, 48-06 on the bull calf, everything but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, we get 14, we get 14 quarter, $1,400 and a half, here but I'm on 50, we get 14, 50, 75, and 15, 15, 15, 15 a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, we get 15 a quarter, now half, here we get 15 and a half, 75, 15, 75, 75, here we get 15, 75, 16, 16, 16 a quarter, 16 a quarter, and now half, here we get 16 and a half, 75, 16, 75, 17, 17 a quarter, now half, 17 and a half, 75, 18, now quarter, at 18 a quarter, we give 18 a quarter, sold at over 1800, 91, 30. 50-45 heifer, 50-45 on a heifer. Damn, but I'm on 16, 16, we get 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 14, 14, 14, but I'm on 14, we get 14, we get 12, here, but I'm on 12, here, we get 1200, here, we get 12, here, we get 1000, 1,000, but I'm on 1000, we get 10, but I'm on 1000, we get 1000, we get 800, here, we get 8, we get 8, we get 800, we get 8, we get 6, here, but I'm on 6, here, we get 60, we get 60, we get 60, we get 5, hit 5 here, but I'm on 5, here, but I'm on 500, we get 5, here, but I'm on 5, here, but I'm on 5, here, we get 5, 5 quarter, hit $500 now, quarter and a half, here, we get 550, at 550, we get 50, we get 50, we get 550, 550, 550, we get 550 here, now 75, 575, 6, here we get 60, we get 60, we get 6, at 575, here we get 6 and now quarter, 6 and a quarter, half, here we get 6 and a half, here, but I'm on 6 and a half, here, now 75, 675, here, now 7, at 7, we get 7, we get 7, now quarter, 7 and a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 750, at 750, now 75, here we get 7, 75, 8, we get 8, we get 8, now quarter, 8 and a quarter, 8 and a quarter, we get quarter, 8 and a quarter, at $800 now quarter, 8 here, we get 8 and a quarter, we get 8 and a quarter, sold at over 800. 64.95, 64.95. 46, 66, bull calf, and bottom up 14, 14, we get 14, 14, we get 14, 14, we get 14, 14, we get 14, we get 13, 13, 13, we get 13, 13, 13, 13, we get 12, here bottom on 12, at 12 here bottom on 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, here we get 11, 1100, here we get 11, and now quarter, 11, 11 a quarter, half, here bottom on 50, 75, now 12, now quarter, now half, here bottom on 12, 50, 75, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 a half, at 13 a half, here bottom on 13, 50, sold at over 13 a quarter, 40 on 2. 50, 46, bull calf, 50, 46 on the bull calf. Right there, but I'm on, we get 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, we get 14, 14, we get 14, 12, at 1200, here we get 12, here, but I'm on 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, here, but I'm on 12, here we get 1,000, but I'm on 1,000, we get 1,000, we get 1,000, 1,000, we get 1,000, we get 1,000, down quarter, we get 10, 10 a quarter, but I'm on 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, we get 10, 10 a quarter, we get 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, 10, 25 here, 50, we get 10, 50, 10, 50, 10, 50, we get 10, 50, we get 10, 50, 10, 25 here, but I'm on 50, 10, 25 here, but I'm on 50, we get 50, we get 50, sold your way for 10, 25. 45, 55. 50, 41, bull calf, and bottom up 14, and now quarter half, here we get 14 and a half, and now 75, 14, 75, 15, 15, we get 15, 15, we get 15, 14, 75, here bottom up 15, we get 15, we get 14, 80, now 90, we get 14, 90, we get 90, we get 90, sold at over 14, 80, 40 on 1. 48, 18 heifer, 48, 18 on a heifer, there, bottom up 15. 15, and a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, everybody get 15, 15 a quarter, everybody get 15 a quarter, half, everybody want 15, 50, 75, 15, 75, 75, down 16, 16 a quarter, 16 a quarter, 16 and a half, 75, 17, 17 a quarter, 17 and a half, at 18, 18 a quarter, 18 and a half, at now 75, 18, 75, 75 here, everybody get 60, at 18, 60, everybody get 60, everybody get 60, everybody get 60, sold at over 18, 50, 58, 61 on 1. 47, 45. Bull calf, 47, 45 on the bull calf. Right here, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, we get 14, we get 13. And now quarter, we get 13, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half. Yeah, but I'm on 50. 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 13, 50. 13, 50, we get 50, we get 50. Sold at over 13, 25, 40 on 2. 47, 88, bull calf, 47, 88 on the bull calf here, right here, 19, we get 19, we get 19, 18, we get 18, $100, we get 18, quarter, half, we get on 18 and a half, 75, 19, and now quarter, 19, a quarter, we get 19, 10, 20, we get 19, 20, 30, but I'm on 30, 19, 30, we get 30, we get 30, 40, we get 19, 40, 50, we get 19, 50, 60, now 70, now 80, and now 90, 19, 90, now 2,000, but I'm on 2,000, we get 2, and now 10, 20, 10, 10, 10, 20, we get 20, 20, 20, 30, but I'm on 30, 40, we get 20, 40, 20, 40, we get 40, sold at over 20, 30, but I'm on 58, 61. 50, 38, bull calf, and but I'm on 15, 15, we get 50, we get 50, we get 15, we get 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, and 14, 14 a quarter, half, here we get 14 a half, and we get 14 a half, here but I'm on 50, at 14, 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, sold at over 14, 25, 10, 31. 47, 91, heifer, 47, 91 on the heifer. I tell you, but I'm on 15, 15, we get 15, we get 15, we get 15, we get 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 13 a quarter, we get 13, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, at 15, we get 50, 75, 13, 75 to 14, 14, 14 a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 5 now, 75 to 15, 15 a quarter, at 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, 75, 15, 75, 16, 16, 16, 16, we get 16, we get 16, 15, 75 here, but I'm on 16, 15, 75, 16, 16 a quarter and a half, 16 and a half, 75, 16, 75, 75, sold at over 16 and a half, 91, 30. 47, 59. Bull calf, 47, 59, bull calf, retain, but I'm on 19, we get 19, quarter, we get 19, 19 a quarter, 19, 19 a quarter, half, here we get 19, 50, 75, 19, 75, here we get 2,000, now quarter, we get 20, but I'm on quarter, half, here we get 20, 50, 20, 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 20, 50, sold at over 20, 25, 91, 30. 47.93 bull calf, 47.93 on the bull calf, 14 but about 14 we to get 14 we to get 14 we to get 14 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, here about 50, 75 to 14 a quarter, at 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, here about 50, we to get 14 50, 75 14 75, at 14 16 now 70, we to get 70 we to get 70 we to get 70, we to get 14 70 now 80, we to get 80 we to get 80 we to get 14 80, sold at over 14 70 10 31. 47.52 bull calf, 47.52 on the bull calf, 14 but about 14, 14 we to get 14 but about 14 we to get 14 we to get 13 but about 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, did you say 13 Roger, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, but about 50 we to get 50, somebody about 13 somebody about the 14 but about 14, 14 we to get 14 13 80, now 90 we to get 13 90 to 14 10 but about 10 we to get 14 10 20, 14 20 now 30 we to get 30 we to get 30 to 40 we to get 14 40 50 we to get 50 we to get 50 60, now 70 we to get 14 70 now 80 now 90 we to get 14 90 we to get 90 we to get 90, sold at over 14 80, 40 on 1. 47.87 bull calf, 47.87 on the bull calf, 19 we to get 19 we to get 19 we to get 19 quarter, 19 a quarter, we to get 19 a quarter, 19 and a half, 75 now 2,000 quarter, but about 20 we to get 20 but about 10 20, 20 30 we to get 30 we to get 30 we to get 20 30 we to get 30 we to get 30, sold at over 20 20. 90 130. 47.89 bull calf, 47.89 on the bull calf here. At the end, but about 13 we to get 13 but about 13 we to get 13 we to get 11 here we to get 11 here we to get 11 we to get 1100 now quarter, 11 here we to get 11 a quarter, we to get 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, damn, what about 11 a quarter, $1,100 now quarter, 11 a quarter, half, here but about 50, 75, 11 75 12, here but about 12 here we to get 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half, 75 here in the 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, and now 75 13 75 75 here but about 75 here we to get 13 75, sold at over 13 and a half, 10 31. 47.94 heifer, 47.94 heifer, right there, but about 1,000, we to get there, but about 1,000, we to get 1,000, we to get there, but about 700, 700, we to get 7, we to get 7, we to get 5, here, but about 5, here, but about 500, we to get 5, here, but about 5 quarter, here, $500 now quarter and a half, here, but about 550, 75, 5, 7, about 6, here, we to get 6 here and a quarter and a half, here, we to get 650, 75, and now 7, 7, we to get 7 now quarter and a half, here, we to get 750, 75 here, now 8, we to get 8, we to get 8 now quarter, at 8, here, we to get 8 and a quarter, 8 and a half, here, but about 50, 75, 8, 75, 9, we to get 9, we to get 9, we to get 9, 8, 75, here, we to get 9, and now quarter, 9 a quarter, now half, here we to get 950, 75, 975, here we to get 1,000, 975, here we to get 1,000, 975, $10,000 now quarter, but about 10 a quarter, half, here, but about 50, 75, 1075, 1075, 11, and we to get 1,100, here we to get 11, we to get 11, 1075, here we to get 11, and now quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 and a half, here but about 50, and now 75, 11, 75, 12, here but about 12 here, now quarter, here we to get 12, here but about 12 and a quarter, half, here but about 12, 50, 75, 12, 75, 12, 75, here we to get 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, sold at over 1,300. Number 8. 46.75 bull calf, retain, but about 14, but about 14, we to get 14, 13, and now quarter, half, here, but about 13 and a half, 75 to 14, but about 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, 14 and a half, here we to get 14 and a half, 14 and a half, here we to get 14 and a half, 14 and a half, here we to get 14 and a half, sold at over 14 a quarter, 88, 87. 47.04 heifer, 47.04 on a heifer here, but about 19, we to get 19, we to get 19, 18, now quarter, at 18 a quarter, 18 and a half, 75, 18, 75, 75, here, we to get 16, now 70, at 18, 70, now 80, we to get 80, we to get 80, we to get 80, now 90, 18, 90, now 19, 19, 19, we to get 19, sold at over 1890, but I'm on 91.30. 50.39 bull calf, 50.39 on the bull calf, 14, but I'm at 14 a quarter, half, here we to get 14 and a half, 75, 15 a quarter, at 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, at 15 and a half, here but I'm on 15, we to get 50, 75, 15, 16, we to get 16, 15, 75, here but I'm on 16, we to get 16, sold at over 15, 75, 88, 87. 4,800 heifer, 4,800 on a heifer. 10, but I'm on 17. Somebody would get 17, would get 17. Somebody would get 17, 16 a quarter. Now half here would get 16 and a half. 75, 17 a quarter. 17 and a half. 75, 18 now quarter. Now half here would give 18 and a half. 75, 18, 75. Sold at over 18 and a half. 91.30. 50, 49, bull calf, 50, 49 on the bull calf. I'll retain, but I'm on 18, would give 18. At 18, would give 18, would give 18, would give 18. And quarter, would give 18, 18 a quarter, half. Here, would give 18 a half, 75 to 19, a quarter, 19 a quarter, 19 a half. And now 75, 19, 75. Here, would get 2,000, quarter, but I'm a team, would get team, but I'm a 10, 20. 20, 20, would get 20, 20, 20, 20. Now 30, but I'm on 30, would get 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 30. Sold at over 20, 20, 90, 130. 47, 48. You said heifer, Chris? On a heifer. Right here we go. All right, 10, but I'm on 15. 15, we get 50, 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 we get 15, we get 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 12 here, but I'm on 12, we get 12, we get 1,000. But I'm on 1,000, we get 1,000, but I'm on 1,000, we get 1,000, we get 1,000, we get 1,000, we get $1,000. Now quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, half. Yeah, but I'm on 10, 50, 75, 10, 75 here, now 11, we get 11 now quarter, 11 a quarter, half. Yeah, but I'm on 50, 11, 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, 11, 50, 75, 11, 75, 12 here. Now quarter, we get 12, 12 and a quarter, half. Yeah, but I'm on 12, 50, 75 here now 13, 13, 13 a quarter and a half. But I'm on 50, 75 to 14. At 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 13, 75 here, but I'm on 14, 13, 75 here, but I'm on 14. Sold at over 13, 75, but I'm on 45, 55, 47, 53. Bull calf, 47, 53 on the bull calf. Right there, but I'm on 12 here, we get 1,200. 12 here, but I'm on 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 1,200. Now we get 12. Here, but I'm on 12. Here we get 12. Here, but I'm on 12. Here we get 11. 1,100. Now we get 11. 11. We get 11. We get 11. Here we get 1,100. Now we get 11. We get 1,000. But I'm on 1,000. We get 1,000. We get 1,000. We get 1,000. But I'm on 1,000. We get 1,000. Quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. We get 10 a quarter. Half. Here, but I'm on 10, 50, 10, 50, 75. 10, 75 here. Now 11. We get 1,100. Now quarter. 11 a quarter. Half. Here, but I'm on 50, 75. 11, 75. 12 here, but I'm on 12. 12 here, but I'm on 12. Here we get 12, 11, 75 here, but I'm on 12. Now quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half here, but I'm on 50, 75, 12, 75 here, now 13, 13 and a quarter, 13 and a half, 75, at 13, 75, 75 here, we get 13, 75, 13, 75, sold up over 13 and a half. 36, 12. 47, 92, bull calf. What am I 12? He would get 1,200. He would get 12. He would have been 12. He would get 12. He would have been 12. He would get 12. He would get 12. He would get 10. Would have been 1,000. Now a quarter. He would get 10, 10 a quarter. He would get 10 a quarter. Now half. He would have been 10, 50, 75, 10, 75 here. Now 11. He would get 1,100. 1,100. Now quarter and a half. He would have been 50, 75, 11, 75, 12 here. He would get 12, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half. He would have been 50. 12, 50. He would get 12, 51. He would get 12, 50. 12, 50. Would get 50. Would get 50. Would get 12, 50. 12, 50. Would get 12, 50. Would get 12, 50. 12, 50. Sold at over 12, 25. But I'm on 45. 55, 47, 76, heifer, 47, 76, heifer, but I'm on 18, would give 18, would give 18, would give 18, now a quarter, would give 18, 18 a quarter, 18 and a half, 75, 18, 75, 75, here would give 18, 75, at 18, 50, now 75, 18, 50, would give 75, sold at over 18, 50, 90, 130, 47, 43. Bull calf, 47, 43 on the bull calf, but I'm on 13, at 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 13, would get 13, would get 13, would get 13, would get 12, at 12, quarter, half, but I'm on 12, 50, 75, now 13, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, at 13 and a half, here would get 13 and a half, but I'm on 13 and a half, at 13 and a half, here would get 13, 50, would get 50, would get 50, would get 13, 50, sold up over 13, 25, 36, 12. 47, 49, bull calf, 47, 49 on the bull calf, 18, would give 18, at 18, would give 18, would give 18, 16, but I'm on 16, 16, 16, would get 16, 16, 16, would get 16, 16, would get 16, would get 14, 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, would get 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, would get 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, 75, and now 15, 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, 15 and a half, 75, 15, 75, 15, 15, now 75, here would get 75, 75, here we get 15, we get 75, sold it over 15, 50, 58, 61. 48, 57, bull calf, 48, 57 on the bull calf. Right here we go there. 14, 14, but I'm at 14, 14 a quarter. We get 14, 14 a quarter. 14, 14 a quarter. We get 14 a quarter. We get 14 a quarter. 14, 14 a quarter. We get 14 a quarter. Sold it over 1,400, 40 on one. 47, 55, Bull calf, 47.55 on the bull calf. Right here, but on 12. Everybody get 1,200. Everybody get 12. Everybody get 12. Everybody get 1,000. But on $1,000. Everybody get $1,000 now. Quarter. Geez, 8,000 a pair. Quarter. Everybody get 10, 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10, 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter. 10 a half. Everybody on 50. Somebody 5. 10. Somebody 5 here now. 11 now. Quarter. 11 a quarter. Half. Everybody on 50. Somebody 5. Now 12. Everybody on 12 now. Quarter. Everybody get 12. 12 and a quarter. Half. Everybody on 50. Somebody 5. 12. Somebody 5. At 12. Somebody 5. Somebody 5 here. Everybody on 12. Somebody 5. You want in. Everybody get 12. 75. 12. 75. 12. 50. Everybody get 12. 75. Sold over 12. 50. 36. 12. 47.47. Bull calf, 47.47 on the bull calf. Right here we go there. But I'm on 18. What do you give 18? What do you give 18? Quarter. Out 18, 18 a quarter, 18 a half. Everybody on 50, 75 here to 19, 19 a quarter, 19 a half. Now 75, 19, 75, 75 here. What do you get 2,000? 2,000. What do you get 2? 2, 2, but I'm on 2. What do you get 2,000? Quarter. What do you get 10? But I'm on quarter. What do you get quarter? What do you get 10? But I'm on 10. What do you get quarter? Sold at over 2,000. 90, 130. 47.97 heifer, 47.97 heifer. Right there, but I'm on 18. What do you give 18? 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 18, 16, $1,600. What do you get 16? 15, 15 a quarter. 15, 15 a quarter. 15. What do you get 15 a quarter now? Half here. What do you get 15 a half? 75, 15, 75, 75, 16, 16 a quarter. 16 a quarter here. What I'm on 16 a quarter. 16 a half. 75. And now 17, 17 a quarter. 17 a half. 17 a half here. What do you get 17 a half? Here, what I'm on half now. 75, 17, 75, 75 here. What do you get 17, 75. And now is 17, 75, 18. What do you give 18? What do you give 18? 18. What do you give 18? 17, 75 here. What do you give 18? 17, 75 here. What do you give 17, 75, 18. Now a quarter. 18 a quarter. What do you give 18 a quarter? Sold it over 1,800. Put them on 40. 534. 48, bull calf, 48 on the bull calf. I tell you, but holy cow, he's here. I tell you, but 19. What do you get 19? Quarter. What do you get 19? 19 a quarter, half. What do you get 19 a half? 75. Now 2,000. Quarter. What do you get 225? 50. What do you get 50? What do you get 50? 30, 40. What do you get 20? 40. What do you get 40? What do you get 40? What do you get 40? Sold at over 20, 30. 58, 61. 48, 56, bull calf, and what I'm on 15, 15, what do you get 15, 15, what do you get 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 14, 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, what do you get 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, what do you get 14 a quarter, 14 a half, and what I'm on 50, 75, 14, 75 here to 15, 15, 15, but I'm on 15, 14, 75 here, but I'm on 15, what do you get 14, 80, what do you get 50, what do you get 50, what do you get 80, sold it over 14, 75, but I'm on 10, 31. 47, 79. Bull calf, 47, 79, bull calf. I'm going to tell you, but I'm on 16, 16, 16, what do you get 16, 16, 16, what do you get 16, what do you get 14, 14, but I'm on 14, quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, 14 a half, 75, 15, 15, 15 a quarter, 15 a half, 75, 16, 16, 16 a quarter, 16 a half, 75, 16, 75, 17, 17, 17 a quarter, 17 a half, 17 a half, everybody get 17 a half, 17 a half, everybody get 17 a half, sold it over 17 a quarter. 80 on 20. 2X. I'm sorry. 80 on 2X. $47.86 bull calf, $47.86 on the bull calf, 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, what do you get 14, what do you get 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, 13, I'm right there, 13 a quarter, 13 a half, 75 to 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, 14 a half, 75, 14, 75, 75, here we get 14, 75, 14, 75, 75, here we get 14, 75, sold it over 14 a half, 88, 87. 47, 44 heifer. 47, 44 heifer. I tell you, but I'm on 15, 15 now quarter. 15, 15 a quarter. Everybody get 15, 15 a quarter. Everybody get 15 a quarter. 15, 15 a quarter. Everybody get 15 a quarter. 15 a quarter. 15. Everybody get 15 a quarter. Everybody get 15 a quarter. 15, 15 a quarter. Everybody get 15 a quarter. 15 a quarter. Sold it over 1,500. 58, 61 on one. 47.95 bull calf, 47.95 on the bull calf, but I'm 14, 14, we get 14, 14, we get 14, we get 13, 13, 13, but I'm 13, 13, we get 13, we get 13, 12, here, but I'm 12 quarter, at 12, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half, here, but I'm 50, 75, here, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, 75, 75, here, but I'm 13, 75 to 14, at 14, 14, but I'm 14, 14 a quarter, at 14, 14 a quarter, we get 14 a quarter, 14, we get 14 a quarter, sold at over 1410, 31. 47.90 bull calf, 47.90 on the bull calf. I tell you, but I'm in 12. Here we get 1200. Here we get 12. Here, but I'm in 12. Here we get 1200. Here we get 12. 12 here, but I'm in 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 1,000. Time, but I'm on 1,000. We get 1,000. We get 10, but I'm on 1,000. We get 1,000. We get 10, but we get 1,000. We get 1,000. Time, but I'm on 1,800. At 8 here, we get 8. Here we get 800 now quarter. At 8 here, we get 8 and a quarter. 8 here now quarter. Now half. Here, but I'm on 50. 75. 8, 75. 9. We get 9. We get 9 quarter. 9 and a quarter half. Here, but I'm on 50. 75. 9, 75. Here we get 9. 75. And now 1,000. But I'm on 1,000. We get 1,000 now quarter. Everybody get 10, 10 a quarter, but I'm on 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, everybody get 10, 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, half, everybody on 50, 75, 10, 75, 11, 1,100, everybody over to now quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, half, everybody on 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, everybody on 12, everybody get 12, 11, 75, everybody on 12, 11, 75, everybody get 12, everybody get 12, everybody get 12, sold at every 11, 75, 45, 55. 47.96 bull calf, 47.96 bull calf. He would have 14, 14, would have 14. He 14, would get 14, would get 14, would get 13, 13, 13, 13, would have 13, 13, 13, would get 13, would get 13, would get 12. 12 here, but I'm on 12. He would get 1,200, would get 12. Here, but I'm on 12, 11, 1,100, would get 11 now quarter, half. Here, but I'm on 50, 75, 12. Here, but I'm on 12, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half, 75. Now 13, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half. Now 75, 13, 75, 14, 14, but I'm on 14. 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, 14, would get 14 a quarter, 14, would get 14 a quarter, sold at over 1,410, 31. 47.77 bull calf, and but about 14, 14 a quarter, and now half, 14 and a half, 75, 75 here to 15, 15, 15, 14, 80, now 90, 14, 90 to 15, 15, 15, 10, 10, but I'm on 10, 20, we get 15, 20, 15, 20, we get 20, we get 20, we get 20, 15, 10, but I'm on 20, we get 20, we get 20, sold at over 15, 10, 10, 31. 47, 41. Heifer, 47, 41, heifer here, but I'm on 18, would give 18, would give 18, 18, would give 18, 17, 17, would give 17, quarter, 17 a quarter, 17 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, 75 here, no 18, 18, would give 18 a quarter, at 18, 18 a quarter, 18, would give 18 a quarter, would give 18 a quarter, 18, would give 18 a quarter, sold at over 1,890, 130. 48.01 bull calf, and but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14 quarter, at 14, 14 a quarter, we get 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, and now 75, 14, 75, 75, here, we get 75, 15, 15, we get 15, 14, 80, now 90, at 14, 90 to 15, 15, 10, 10, but I'm on 10, we get 10, we get 10, 10, 20, we get 15, 20, 30, but I'm on 30, we get 30, sold at over 15, 20, 40 on 1. 47.75 bull calf, 47.75 on the bull calf, but I'm on 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, everybody get 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, everybody get quarter, half, everybody get 14 and a half, 75, and now 15, 15, 14, 80, everybody get 80, everybody get 80, everybody get 80, everybody get 14, 80, 14, 75, here, everybody get 80, everybody get 80, sold at over 14, 75, 10, 31. 47.68 bull calf, 47.68 on the bull calf. Right there, but I'm on 16, 16, 16, we get 16, we get 15, 15, 15, a quarter, 15, 15, a quarter, 15, 15, a quarter, we get 15, a quarter, 15 and a half, 15 and a half, here, but I'm on 15, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 15, 50, 15, 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 15, 50, 75, 15, 75, 75, here, we get 15, 75, 15, 75, 60, 70, we get 15, 70, we get 70, we get 70, we get 15, 70, now 80, 15, 80, we get 80, we get 80, we get 80, 15, 80, sold at over 15, 70. 91, 32. $48.53 bull calf. 48, 53 on the bull calf. I tell you, but I'm on 17. Somebody would get 17. Somebody would get 17. Somebody in a quarter. Somebody in a quarter would get 25, 25, 25. Somebody in 25, 50. Would get 50, would get 50, would get 17, 50. 17, 50, 75, 75, 18, 18 a quarter, 18 and a half, 75. At 18, 75, now 19 a quarter, would get 19 a quarter, 19, 19 a quarter. At 19, would get 19, would get 19 a quarter. Sold at over 1900, 90, 130. 47, 98, bull calf, and bottom on 13, 13, 13, bottom on 13, $1,300, we get 13, 13, 13, bottom on 13, 13, 13, we get 13, 12, here bottom on 12, and 1200, we get 12, here bottom on 12, we get 11, 1100, we get 11, we get 11, 11, we get 1100, we get 11, 11 here, we get 11, 11, we get 11, we get 1100 now, quarter, 11 here, we get 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter half, here bottom on 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, here bottom on 12, and now quarter, 12 and a quarter half, here bottom on 12, 50, 12, 50, we get 50, we get 50, 75, 12, 75 here, we get 13, 13, 13, 13, what about 13? 12, 75 here, what about 13? What do you get 13? 12, 75 here, what about 13? So over 12, 75, what about 36, 12, 36, 12. 48, 52. Heifer, 48, 52 on a heifer. I tell you, but I'm on 18. What do you give 18? What do you give 18? 18, what do you give 18? What do you give 18? 17, 17, what do you give 17 a quarter? 17 a quarter, 17 and a half, 75, 18, 18 a quarter, 18 a quarter, at 18, 18 a quarter, 18 a quarter, 18 a quarter, and I'll have here, what do you give 18 and a half, 75, 18, 75 here to 19, 19 a quarter, 19 a quarter, what do you give 19 a quarter, 19 a quarter, 19 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, 19, 50, what do you give 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 50? Sold at over 19, 25, but I'm on 45, 34. 50, 47, heifer, 50, 47, heifer. I tell you, but I'm on 16, 16, 16, 16, what do you get 16, 16 a quarter, 16, 16 a quarter, 16 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, 75, 16, 75, 17, 17 a quarter, 17 and a half, 75, and now 18, what do you give 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 18 quarter, at 18 a quarter, what do you give 18 a quarter, quarter, what I'll have, here, what do you give 18 and a half, 18 and a half, at 18 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, sold at over 18, 25, 90, 130. 4802 bull calf, 4802 on the bull calf. I tell you, but I'm on 15, 15, what do you get 15, 15, what do you get 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 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 13, 13, what do you get 13, what do you get 11, $1,100, what do you get 11, 11, what do you get 11, what do you get 1,000, but I'm on $1,000 now, quarter, what do you get 10, 10 a quarter, now half here, but I'm on 10, 50, 75 here, now 11 now, quarter, now half here, but I'm on 50, 75 here, 11, 75, 12 here, but I'm on 12, 12 and a quarter, now half here, but I'm on 12, 50, 75, 13, 13 a quarter, 13, quarter, half here, but I'm on 13 and a half, 75, 75 here in the 14, 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, but you get 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, sold it over 1,400. Number 8. 47, 42, bull calf. Right there, here we go there, but I'm on 18, what do you give 18, what do you give 18 quarter, at 18, 18 a quarter, but I'm on 25, 25, 18, 25, 25 here, now 50, what do you give 18, 50, 75, at now 19, what do you get 19, what do you get 19, what do you get 19, 19 quarter, at 19 a quarter, but I'm on 25 here, what do you get 19, 25, 50, what do you get 19, 50, 75, 19, 75 here, what do you get 2,000, now quarter, to him, but I'm on 10, 10, 10, 20, what do you get 20, 30, but I'm on 30, what do you get 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 30, sold it over 2020, 58, 61. 48, 37. Heifer, 48, 37 on the heifer. Right there, but I'm on 7. Somebody get 700, 5. Here, but I'm on 5. Hit 5 here, but I'm on 5. Here, but I'm on 5. Here, but I'm on 5. Here, we get 5. Here, we get 5. 5 quarter. We get $500 now quarter. Hit 5 here, but I'm on 5 and a quarter. 5 and a half. 75 now 6. Here, we get 6 here. We get 6 and now quarter. 6 here, we get 6 and a quarter. 6 here and a quarter and a half. Here, but I'm on 650. 75. 6 75 now 7 now quarter. 7 and a quarter. 7 and a half. 75. 775. Here, we get 800 now quarter and a half. Here, but I'm on 850. 75. 875. 9, what do you get 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 9, now quarter, 9 a quarter half, here, what do you get 950, what do you get 950, what do you get 950, 925, yeah, what about 50, what do you get 50, what do you get 50, 925, yeah, what about 50, sold at over 925, 45, 50. That's been a while since I've said that one. 47, 56, heifer, 47, 56, heifer, right there, but I'm going to get throwing, but I'm 14, 14, but I get 14, 14, but I'm 14, but I get 14, 12, here, but I'm 12, at 1200, here, but I get 12, 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 here, but I get 1,000, up, down, but I'm on $1,000, but I get 1,000, but I get 1,000, but I get 1,000, quarter, but I'm on 10, 10, a quarter, but I get 10, a quarter, 10, a quarter, 10 and a half, here, but I'm on 10, 50, 75, 10, 75, 11, now quarter, half, here, but I'm on 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, here, but I'm on 12, 11, 75, here, but I'm on 12, here, but I get 12, here, but I get 12, 11, 75, here, but I'm on 12, sold at over 1175. Put them on 40 on, or I'm sorry, 80 on 20. 80 on 20. 47, 58, bull calf. 47, 58 on the bull calf. Here, but I'm at 12. Here, we get 1,200. Here, we get 12. At 12 here, but I'm at 12. Here, we get 12. Here, we get 12. Here, we get 12. Here, but I'm at 1,000. Up, down, now quarter. But I'm at 10, 10, a quarter, half. Here, but I'm on 10, 50, 75. Here, we get 10, 75, 11. Now quarter and a half. Here, but I'm on 50, 75, 12. Here, but I'm at 12, 12 and a quarter, half. Here, but I'm at 12, 50. Now 75, 12, 75. At 12, 50, we get going. But I'm on 75. Here, we get 12, 75, 12, 75. Sold up over 12, 50, 36, 12. 47, 54. Heifer, on a heifer right here, 18, we give 18, we give 18, 18, we give 18, 18 quarter, at 18 a quarter, 18 and a half, 75, 18, 75, 75 here, then we give 18, 75, 60, 70, we give 70, 80, we give 18, 80, at 80, we give 80, we give 80, we give 80, sold at over 18, 70, 90, 130. 50, 36, bull calf, man, but about 14, 14, now quarter, half, now 75, 14, 75, 15, 15, but about 15, 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter, now half, here, we get 15, 50, we get 30, but I'm on 15, 30, 15, 25, but I'm on 30, 40, we get 15, 40, 50, we get 15, 50, we get 50, 60, 15, 60, we get 60, we get 60, now 70, we get 15, 70, 15, 70, now 80, we get 80, we get 80, we get 15, 80, 15, 80, we get 80, we get 80, we get 80, we get 15, 80, 15, 80, sold at over 15, 70, 91, 32. 47.50. Bull calf, 47.50 on the bull calf. And right here, but about 14, 14, but about 14, 14, but about 14, 14, but you get 14, 14 a quarter. At 14, 14 a quarter, but you get 14, 14 a quarter. At 14, 14 a quarter, but you get 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, 14, but you get 14 a quarter, but you get 14 a quarter. At 14, 14 a quarter, but you get 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, but you get 14 a quarter. Sold at over 1,410, 31. 50, 75. Bull calf. Here we go, 50, 75 on the bull calf, 14, 14, but about 14, we get 14, a quarter and a half, here we get 14 and a half, 75, 15, 15, 15, a quarter, 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, here 15 and a half, here we get 15 and a half, 15 and a half, here we get 15, 50, 75, now 16, 16, 16, we get 16, we get 16, 16, we get 16, we get 16, we get 16, 16, we get 16, 1, here we get 1600, here we get 16, 16, we get 16, sold at over 15, 75, 88, 87, 50, 84. Bull calf, 50, 84 on the bull calf. Right here. Here we go. This one here. What about 15? 15, what do you get 50? What do you get 50? What do you get 14? 14, what about 14? Quarter, what do you get 14? 14 a quarter. Now half here. Now 75 here to 15, 15, 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter, 15 a half, 30, 15, 30. What do you get 30? What do you get 30? What do you get 30? 40, what do you get 15? 40, what do you get 40? What do you get 40? 50, what do you get 50? What do you get 50? What do you get 50? 15, 50, what do you get 50? What do you get 50? What do you get 50? Sold at over 15, 40, 10, 31. 48.03 bull calf. 48.03 on the bull calf. 10, but I'm on 18. What do you give 18? What do you give 18? What do you give 18? 17. Somebody would get 17. Somebody would get 17. What do you get 17? What do you get 15? And now quarter. At 15. 15 a quarter. 15 and a half. Here, but I'm on 50. At 15. 50. What do you get 50? 75. 15. 75. 16. 16 a quarter. 16 and a half. Here, but I'm on half. 75. 17. 17. What do you get 17? 17 a quarter and a half. Here, what do you get 17 and a half? At 17 and a half. 75. 17. 75. 75. Here, what do you get 17? 75. At 17. 75. Here, what do you get 75? 75. Sold at over 17 and a half. 90. 130. 47.99. Bull calf, 47.99 on the bull calf here. Right here, what about 13, 13, we get 13, we get 11. 1100 now quarter, 11 and a quarter, we get 11 and a quarter, now half. Here, what about 50, 75, now 12. Here, we get 12, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter. 12, we get 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half. 75, 12, 75. 12, 50, we get 75, 12, 50, we get 75. Here, what about 75? Here, we get 12, 75. Sold at over 12, 50. 80 on 1X, 80 on 1X. $50, $60 heifer, $50, $60 heifer. Right here we go there, right here. Everybody get 900. Everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, 7. And somebody get 700. Everybody get 7. Everybody get 7. Everybody get 700 now quarter. And 7, 7 and a quarter. Everybody get 7 and a quarter. 7 and a quarter. 7 and a quarter. Everybody get 7 and a quarter. 7 and a quarter. Half. Everybody get 7 and a half. 75. Hey, everybody get 800 now quarter and a half. Everybody get 850. 75. Now 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9 now quarter. 9 and a quarter. Half. Everybody get 950. 75. 9, 75. Everybody get 1,000. $1,000 now quarter. Everybody get 10, 10 and a quarter. Everybody get 10, 25. Everybody get 10, 25. Everybody get 10, 25. At 10, 25, everybody get 10. I'm right there. 1,000, 10, 25. At 10, 25, everybody get 10, 25. 10, 25, everybody get 10, 25. 10, 25. Sold it over 1,000. 45, 55. 50, 30, 50, 83, 50, 83, bull calf. Retain, but I'm on 18, we give 18, we give 18, we give 18, 16, 16, we get 16, 16, we get 16, we get 13, 13, 13, 13 a quarter. I'll have 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75 to 14, 14 a quarter and a half, 14 and a half, 75. I'll 15, 15, 15, 15 a quarter and a half. Here we get 15 and a half, 15 and a half, 75. I'll 16, 16, 16, we get 16, 16 a quarter, 16 a quarter. 16, 16 a quarter, 16, 16 a quarter. 16, 16 a quarter, we get 16 a quarter, 16, 16 a quarter, sold at over 1,600, 10, 31. 50, 58, bull calf, right here we go on this one here, but I'm on 14, 14, we get 14, 14 a quarter and a half, 14 and a half, 75, 15, 15, we get $1,500 now quarter, we get 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, 75, now 16, 16 a quarter, 16 a quarter, 16, 16 a quarter, we get 16 a quarter, 16, 16 a quarter, out $1,600 now quarter, we get 16, 16 a quarter, we get 16 a quarter, we get 16 a quarter, 16 a quarter, we get 16 a quarter, sold at over 1,600, 88, 87. 50, 79. Heifer, 50, 79, heifer, 10, but I'm on 17, 17, we get 17, 17 a quarter, we get 17, 17 a quarter and a half, here we get 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 75 here, now 18, we get 18, 18 a quarter, 18 a quarter, 18 and a half, and now 75, 18, 75, 75, here we get 18, 75, sold it over 18 and a half, 90, 130. 50, 11, bull calf, 50, 11 on the bull calf, retain, but I'm 14, 14, but I'm 14, 14, we get 14, we get 14, we get 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm 13, 13, 13, we get 13, we get 12, but I'm 12, at 12 here and a quarter and a half, but I'm 12, 50, 75, and now 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, at 13 and a half, here, but I'm 13 and a half, 13 and a half, here we get 13 and a half, 13 and a half, here we get 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75, 75, here we get 13, 75, sold it over 13 and a half, 10, 31. 50, 74, bull calf, 50, 74 on the bull calf, 15, 15, but I'm on 15, 15, we get 50, we get 50, we get 15, we get 14, at 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, we get 14, 14 a quarter, at 14, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, 75, 15, 15, 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter, at 15, 15, 15 a quarter, we get 15 a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, we get 15 a quarter, sold at over 1,500, 10, 31. 50, 86, bull calf, 50, 86 on the bull calf, retain, but I'm on 17, 17, we get 17, 17, we get 17, 17, we get 17, 17, we get 15, 15, 15 a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, 75, 16, 16, 16 a quarter, 16 a quarter, 16 and a half, 75, 16, 75, 75, 17, 17, we get 17, 17, 17, 17, 17 a quarter, 17 a quarter, 17 and a half, but I'm on 50, 75, 17, 75, 18, 18 a quarter, at 18 a quarter, 18 a quarter, 18, 18 a quarter, we give 18 a quarter, sold at over 1,858, 61. 50, 99, bull calf, and bottom up 14, 14, bottom up 14, 14, putting it 14, quarter, putting it 14 a quarter, at 14, 14 a quarter, putting it 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, at 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, and bottom up 50, 75, 14, 75, 15, 15, 15 a quarter, at 15 a quarter, putting it 15 a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, sold at over 1,500, 40 on one. $5,100. Bull calf, 5,100 on the bull calf. Out here, bottom on 17. Somebody would get 17. Somebody would get 17. Somebody would get 15. 15, 15, bottom on 15. Would get 50. Would get 50. Would get 50. Would get 50. Would get 13. 13, 13, bottom on 13. 13, 13, 13, 13, 12 quarter. Would get 12, 12 and a quarter. 12, 12 and a quarter. Would get 1,200 and a quarter and a half. Bottom on 50. Somebody 5, 13, 13, 13, 13 a quarter. 13 and a half. 75 to 14. 14, 14 a quarter. 14 a quarter. 14 and a half. Bottom on 50. Would get 50. Would get 50. 75. 14, 75, 15, 15 a quarter. 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter, half. You would about 15 and a half, 75, 15, 75, 16, 16, 16, 16 a quarter, and now half, 16 and a half. You would about 50, 75, 16, 75, 17, 17 a quarter, 17 a quarter, and now half. You would get 17 and a half, 75, 17, 75, 18, would give 18 quarter, 18 a quarter, at 18, 18 a quarter, 18 would give 18 a quarter, sold at over 1,845, 34. $50.95 bull calf, $50.95 on the bull calf. Out here, bottom on 15. 15, would get 15, would get 50, would get 50, would get 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half. Here, bottom on 50, 75, 14, 75, 15, 15, would get 15, 15 a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, would get 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, 15 and a half, 15 and a half. Here, would get 15 and a half, 15, 30, 15, would get 30, would get 30. Sold at over 15, 25, 10, 31. $48.07 heifer, $48.07 heifer. Bottom on 16, 16, would get 16, 16, would get 15, 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, 75, 16, 16, 16 a quarter, 16 and a half, 75, 16, 75 here, no 17, 17 a quarter, 17 and a half, 75, 75 here, no 18, would give 18, 18 a quarter, half, bottom on 50, would give 18, 50, at 18, 50, would get 30, 40, would get 40, would get 40, would get 50, 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 sold at over 1840, bottom on 90, 130. $50.98 bull calf, $50.98 on the bull calf, 15 and out quarter, and 15 would get 15 a quarter, 15 and a half. Everyone on 50, 75, 15, 75, 16, 16 a quarter, 16 a quarter, 16 and a half, 16 and a half. You would get 16 and a half, 16 and a half. You would get 50, 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 would get 50. Sold at over 16.25. Put them on 88, 87. $50.96 bull calf, $50.96 on the bull calf. But I'm 14, 14, but I'm 14, 14, 14, but I'm 14. Would you get 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm 13, 13. Would you get 13? Would you get 12? Out 12 here, but I'm 12 here. Would you get 12? Here, would you get 12? Here, but I'm 12 here. Would you get 1100? Out 11, would you get 11 now quarter? 11, would you get 11 a quarter? Would you get 11 a quarter half? Here, but I'm 50, 75, 11, 75, 75 here, but I'm 75, 12 here, but I'm 12, 12 and a quarter half. Here, but I'm 12, 50, 75, around 13, 13, 13, but I'm 13, 12, 75 here, 13, 13 a quarter half. Yeah, what about 13 and a half? At 13, 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75, 75. Here we get 13, 75 to 14. At 14, 14, we get 14. Sold it over 13, 75, 10, 31. $47.57 bull calf at 14, 14, but about 14, 14, but you get 14, 14, but you get 14, 14, but about 14, but you get 13, at 13, 13, 13, but about 13, but you get 13, but you get 13, but you get 12 here, but about 12, 12 and a quarter, at 12, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half, here, but about 50, 75, 12, 75, and out 13, 13 and a quarter, 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75, 75 here to 14, at 14, 14, but about 14, 13, 75 here, but about 14, but you get 14, sold it over 13, 75, 10, 31. $51.01 heifer, $51.01 on the heifer. 18, but I'm on 18. Would you give 18? Would you give 18? Would you give 18 a quarter? Would you give 18 a quarter half? Here, but I'm on 50, 75, 18, 75. At 18, 75, 75. Here, would you give 18, 75, 75, 75, 18, 75, 19. And now quarter, 19 a quarter, 19 a quarter. Would you get quarter half? Here, would you get 19, 50, 75, 19, 75. 75 here, would you get 2,000? Off 2, but I'm on 2. Would you get 2? Would you get 2? 2, but I'm on 2. Would you get 2? Would you get 2? Sold at over 19, 75, 45, 34. 40, 50, 88, bull calf, 50, 88 on the bull calf, 14, 14, but I'm 14, 14, but you get 14, 14, but I'm 14, 14, but you get 13, 13, 13, but I'm 13, 13, but you get 12, here, but I'm 12, here, but you get 12, here, but you get 12, here, but you get 1,000, up, down, but you get 1,000, but you get 1,000, but I'm on 1,000, but you get 1,000, but you get 1,000, but you get 800, here, but you get 8, but you get 8, but you get 8, here, but I'm on 8, but you get 8, but you get 8, 6, at 6, here, but you get 6, here, but you get 6, here, but you get 6 and now quarter, at 6, here, but you get 6 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, but you get 6 and a quarter, 6 here, now quarter, at $600 now quarter, but you get 6 here, but you get 6 and a quarter, 6 here, but you get 6 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half, you have it on 50, 75, 6, 75, and now 7, 7 and now quarter, 7 and a quarter, 7 and a half, you have it on half, now 75, 8, but you give 8, but you give 8, but you give 8, but you give 800, 7, but I'm on 8, 7, 75, here, but you give 8, 7, but I'm on 8, 7, 75, here, but you give 8, here, now quarter, at 8, here, but you give 8 and a quarter, half, you have it on 8, 50, 75, 8, 75, here, now 9, now quarter, 9 and a quarter, but you get 9 and a quarter, half, you have it on 50, 9, 50, and now 75, 9, 75, here, but you get 1,000, now quarter, but you get 10 and a quarter, now half, you have it on 10, 50, 10, 50, but you get 50, but you get 50, but you get 10, 50, but you get 10, 50, but you get 10, 50, 10, 50, sold at over 10, 25, 45, 55, 50, 76, bull calf, 50, 76 on the bull calf. 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but you get 14, 14, but you get 14, 14 and a quarter, 14, 14 and a quarter, now half, here, but you get 14 and a half, now 75, 14, 75, 75, here, but you get 14, 75, and down 15, 15, but you get 15, 15, 15, 10, 10, but I'm on 10, but you get 10, 20, but you get 15, 20, 15, 20, but you get 20, but you get 20, but you get 20, 15, 20, 15, 10, 20, sold at over 15, 10, 10, 31, 46, 68. Heifer, 46, 68, heifer, 18, at 18, but I'm on 18, quarter, half, here, but I'm on 18 and a half, 75, 18, 75, here, but I get 19, 19 a quarter, 19 a quarter, 19 a quarter, 19, 19 a quarter, 19, but I get 19 a quarter, sold at over 1,990, 130. 50, 85, heifer, 50, 85 on a heifer. Right here we go. But I'm on 18. But you give 18, but you give 18, but you give 18, 17, 17, but you get 17, 17, but you get 17, 17, but you get 17, 17, 16, 16, 16 a quarter. 16, 16 a quarter, 16, 16 a quarter, 16 and a half. Here, but I'm on 8, but you get half, here, but you get 16 and a half, 75. And now 17, 17, 17 a quarter, 17 a quarter, 17 and a half, 75, 75, 18, but you give 18, but you give 18. 17, 75 here, but you give 18, 17, 75 here, but you give 18. Sold at over 17, 75, 58, 61 on 1. 50, 78. Bull calf, 50, 78 on a bull calf here, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but you get 14 quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, 75, 75 here to 15, 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, 75, 15, 75, 75 here, but you get 15, 75, 75, 60, 70, but you get 15, 70, now 80, hot 80, but you get 80, but you get 80, but you get 80, but you get 80, 15, 80, sold at over 15, 70, put them on 88, 87. 47, 51, bull calf, 47, 51 on the bull calf here, but I'm on 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, everybody get 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, everybody get 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, everybody get 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 13 and a half, 13 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 13, 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, sold up over 13 a quarter, 36, 12. 50, 87, bull calf, 50, 87 on the bull calf. Right here we go. Right there, but I'm on 8, but I'm on 8, but get 7, anybody get 7, anybody get 7, anybody get 5, here, but I'm on 500, but I'm on 5, here, but get 5, here, but I'm on 5, 5, here, but I'm on 5, here, but I'm on 5, quarter, $500 now, quarter, here, but get 5, 5 and a quarter, but get 5 and a quarter, 5, 5 and a quarter, but get 5 and a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 5, 50, 75, now 6, now quarter and a half, 6 and a half, 75, 6, 75, now 7, 7 and now quarter, half, here, but I'm on 7 and a half, 75, here, but get 7, 75, 8, but get 8, but get 8, now quarter and a half, at 8, 50, now 75, 8, 75, 9, but get 9, but get 9 quarter, 9 a quarter, 9 a quarter, 9, but get 9 a quarter, 9 a quarter, 9 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, but get 9, 50, 9, 25, here, but I'm on 50, but get 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 50, sold at over 9, 25, 45, 50. 50, 90. Bull calf, 50, 90 on the bull calf. I tell you, but I'm on 15, 15, we get 15, we get 15, we get 15, 15, we get 15, we get 15, we get 15, we get 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 13, we get 13, 13, we get 13, we get 12, at 12, but I'm on 12, we get 12, we get 12, we get 12,000, but I'm on 1,000 and a quarter, at 10, 10 and a quarter, we get 10 and a quarter, half, yeah, but I'm on 10, 50, 75, 10, 75 here, now 11, 11 and a quarter, 11 and a quarter, now half, yeah, but I'm on 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, and now quarter, 12 and a quarter, now half, yeah, but I'm on 12, 50, 75, 12, 75, and now 13, 13, 13 and a quarter, 13 and a half, 75, and now 14, 14, 14, we get 14, 13, 75 here, what about 14, 13, 75 here, we get 14, sold at number 13, 75, number 8. 46, 67, bull calf, retain, but I'm on 18, we give 18 a quarter, at 18, 18 a quarter, 18 and a half, 75, 18, 75, 75 here to 19, 19, 19 a quarter, 19 a quarter, 19 and a half, 75, at now 2,000, we get 2, but I'm on 2 quarter, we get 20, 20, 10, 20, at 20, 20, we get 20, 20, now 30, but I'm on 30, we get 30, we get 30, we get 30, sold at number 20, 20, 90, 130. 50, 89, bull calf, 50, 89 on the bull calf, but I'm at 14, 14, but I'm at 14, 14, we get 14, we get 14, we get 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm at 13, 13, 13, but I'm at 13, we get 13 quarter, we get 13, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, and now 75 to 14, 14, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, at 14, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, yeah, but I'm at 14 and a half, at 14 and a half, you would get 14, 50 sold, at number 14, 25, 10, 31. 50, 97, bull calf, retain, but I'm on 15, 15, but I get 15, a quarter, half, yeah, but I'm on 15 and a half, 75, 15, 75, 75, here, but I get 15, 75, 15, 75, 60, 70, but I get 15, 70, but I get 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 15, 70, sold at over 15, 60, 10, 31. 50, 12. Bull calf, 50-12 on the bull calf. I tell you, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but I get 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 13. And now quarter, but I get 13, 13 a quarter. 13, 13 a quarter, but I get 13, 13 a quarter, but I get 13 a quarter and a half. Yeah, what about 13 and a half? 75, 13, 75, 75 here, but I get 13, 75 to 14. At 14, 14 a quarter, but I get 14, 14 a quarter, 14, but I get 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter. Sold at over 1,400, 10, 31. 50, 61, bull calf, 50, 61 on the bull calf here, right there, here we go, there, but I'm on 12, here we get 1,200, here we get 12, 12 here, but I'm on 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, here we get 1,000, up under down quarter, here we get 10, 10 a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 10, 50, 75 here, now 11 down quarter, 11 a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 50, 75 here, now 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, 11, 75 here, but I'm on 12, 11, 75 here, we get 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, sold at over 11, 75, 80 on 1, X. 47-24. Bull calf. 47-24 on the bull calf here, but I'm on 13, 13, 13, we get 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 13, we get 13, we get 12 here, but I'm at 12, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half, 75, 13, 13, 13 and a quarter, 13 and a half, at 13 and a half, here, but I'm on 13 and a half, 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75 here, and a 14, at 14, 14, but I'm on 14, a quarter, we get 14 a quarter, at 14, 14 a quarter, we get 14 a quarter, 14, we get 14 a quarter, sold at over 1,400, 10, 31. 48-30, bull calf, 48-30 on the bull calf, right there, but I'm on 15, 15, but I get 15, 15, but I get 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 14, and now quarter, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, at 14, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, here, but I'm on 15, but I get 50, 75, 14, 75, 15, 15, but I get 15, but I get 15, 15, 10, 10, 10, 20, at 15, 20, 20, 30, but I'm on 30, but I get 30, 15, 20, but I'm on 30, but I get 30, but I get 30, but I get 30, sold at over 15, 20, 10, 31. 48-29, bull calf, 48-29 on the bull calf. Retain, but I'm on 14, 14, 14, but I get 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but I get 14, 14, but I get 14 a quarter, at 14, 14 a quarter, 14, but I get 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, at 14, 50, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 14, 50, at 14, 50, but I get 50, but I get 50, 14, 50, 14, 50, sold at over 14, 25, 10, 31. 48-32. Bull calf, 48-32 on the bull calf. Here, but about 14, but about 14 and a quarter. At 14 and a quarter. Everybody get 14 and a quarter. And but about 14 and a quarter. She's a quarter, but about quarter half. Everybody get 14, 50, 75. And now 15, but about 15, 14, 75. Here, but about 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 15. Sold at number 14, 75, 10, 31. The 48-40. You said bull calf, 48-40 bull calf. Damn, but I'm on 17. Somebody would get 17. Somebody would get 17. 15, but I'm on 15. Would get 15. Would get 13. 13, but I'm on 13. 13 a quarter half. Yeah, but I'm on 13 and a half. 75. 13, 75 to 14. 14 a quarter. 14 and a half. 75. 15, but I'm on 15. Would get 15. 14, 75 here, but I'm on 15. Would get 15. Would get 15. 14, 75 here, but I'm on 50. Would get 50. Would get 15. Sold at number 14, 75, 58, 61. 48-33. Bull calf, 48-33 on the bull calf. And 10, but I'm on 15. 15, but I'm on 15. 15, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 15 a quarter. 15 a quarter, but I'm on quarter, but I get 15 a quarter. Half, yeah, but I'm on 15 and a half. 30, 15, 30, but I'm on 30, but I get 30, but I get 30, 40, but I get 15, 40, 15, but I'm on 50, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 15, but I'm on 15, but I get 15, 50, 15, 50. Sold at number 15, 40, 10, 31. 50-13, bull calf, in, but I'm on 14, but I'm on 14, at 14, but I'm on 14, but I get 14, but I get 14, but I'm on 14, but I get 14, but I get 14, but I get 13, 13 quarter, but I get 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, but I get 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter half, yeah, but about 13 and a half, at 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75 here, but I'm on 13, 75 here, but I get 75, sold at over 13 and a half, 10, 31. 51-12, bull calf, 51-12 on the bull calf here, but I'm on 14, but I'm on 14, but I'm on 14, but I get 14, but I get 13, but I'm on 13, but I get 13, but I get 1,000, but I'm on 1,000, but I get 1,000 now, quarter, 10, but I'm on 10, a quarter, 10 and a half, yeah, but I'm on 50, 75 here, now 11, now quarter, 11 a quarter, now half, now 75, 11, 75, 12, now quarter, now half, yeah, but I'm on 12, 50, 75, 12, 75, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13, but about 14 a quarter, now half, 14 and a half, 75, 14, 75 here, but I get 14, 75, 15, now quarter and a half, yeah, but I'm on 15, 16 a quarter, 16 and a half, and now 17 a quarter, 17 and a half, 79 feet, to get 17 and a half, 79 feet, to get 17 and a half, 79 feet, to get 17 and a half, sold at number 17 a quarter, but I'm on 80 on 2X. 50, 48, 28, bull calf, and 10, but I'm on 18, but I give 18, but I give 18, but I give 18, but I give 18, quarter half, yeah, but I'm on 18 and a half, 75 here to 19, a quarter, 19 a quarter, and now half, 19 and a half, yeah, but I'm on 50, and now 75, 19, 75 here, now 2,000, but I'm on 2,000, but I get 2, but I get 2, but I get 2, and now quarter, but I'm on 2, but I get 20, 25, 10, 20, but I get 20, 30, but I'm on 30, but I get 30, but I get 30, and 20, 30, but I get 30, but I get 30, sold at number 20, 90, 130. 48-39 on the bull calf. 48-39 on the bull calf here. But I'm to get 13, but I'm on 13, but I get 13, but I get 1,000. But I'm on 1,000 a quarter, but I get 10 a quarter, but I get 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter half. Yeah, but I'm on 10, 50, 75 here now, 11 here now, quarter, 11 a quarter half. Yeah, but I'm on 50, 75 here now, 12, here, but I'm on 12 and a quarter half. Yeah, but I'm on 12, 50, 75, and now 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, now 75, 13, 75 to 14, at 14, but I get 14, 13, 80, down 90, 13, 90, but I get 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 13, 90, sold at over 1380, put them on 80 on 20, 80 on 20. Yeah, 51, 17. Bull calf, 51-17 on the bull calf here, but I'm on 14. At 14, but I'm on 14, but I'm on 14 a quarter. At 14 a quarter, everybody get 14 a quarter, everybody get quarter half, everybody get 14 and a half, 75 here, but I'm on 14, 15. At 15, everybody get 15, 80, now 90, everybody get 90. At 90 now 15, 10, but I'm on 10, everybody get 15, 20. At 15, everybody get 20, everybody get 20, sold at over 15, 10, 31. 48-41. Bull calf, 48-41 on the bull calf. Everybody 1,000. Everybody get down, everybody 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get down, everybody 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get down, everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. Everybody 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10, 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. Everybody 10. Everybody get 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10, 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10. Everybody 10, 25. 10, 25. Everybody get 10, 25. Sold at over 1,000. 45-55. 51-15. Bull calf, 51-15 on the bull calf. Here, but about 13, 13, 13, but about 13, 13, 13, but about 13, 12. Here, but about 12. And 12, everybody get 12, everybody get 12 quarter, everybody get 12, 12 and a quarter, everybody get 12 and a quarter. 12, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half. Here, but about 50, somebody about 12, somebody about. Here, but about 13, 13 and a quarter, 13, 13 and a quarter, 13 and a quarter, 13 and a quarter, 13 and a half. Here, but about 50, 75, 13, 75, 75. Here, everybody get 13, 75. 13, 50, 75, 75. Here, everybody get 13, 75. Sold it over 13, 50, 10, 31. 51-11 heifer, 51-11 on a heifer, 17. Somebody would get 17. Somebody would get 17. Somebody would get 17. 17. Somebody and a quarter. And I'll have 17 and a half. Somebody 5 here. No 18. Would give 18. 18 and a quarter. At 18 and a quarter. Would give 18 and a quarter. 18. 18 and a quarter. Would give 18 and a quarter. Sold at over 1,890. 130. 48-42 bull calf, 48-42 on the bull calf. 10, but about 17. Somebody get 7, somebody get 7, somebody get 7, somebody get 7, somebody get 15. 15, 15, 15, but about 15, but get 15, but get 15, but get 13, 13, 13, 13, but about 13, but get 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75 to 14, 14, 14 a quarter, and I'll have 14 and a half, 75, 14, 75 here to 15, 15, 15 a quarter to 15 and a half, 75, 15, 75, 16, 16, 16 a quarter, 16 and a half, 16 and a half, you want to 16 and a half, 16 and a half, you want anybody to get 16 and a half, 16 and a half, you want to get half, 75, 16, 75, 75 here to 17, 17, 17, 16, 75 here, to get 17, 16, 75 here, to get 17, sold at number 16, 75, 45, 34. 51-05 bull calf, 51-05 on the bull calf. 10, but anybody get 1,200. 12 here, but I'm on 12. Everybody get 12. Everybody get 12. Everybody get 12. Everybody get 1,000. Up down, but I'm on 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. But I'm on 1,000. Everybody get 10. But I'm on 900,000. Quarter. 10, 10 a quarter half. Yeah, but I'm on 10, 50. Somebody 5 here. Everybody get 10. Somebody 5. 11 now. Quarter half. Yeah, but I'm on 50. Somebody 5 now. 12. Here, but I'm on 12. 12 and a quarter. 12, 12 and a quarter. Everybody get 12. 12 and a quarter. Everybody get 12 and a quarter. 12, 12 and a quarter half. Yeah, but I'm on 12, 50. Somebody 5. 12, 75 here. Everybody get 12, 75. 12, 75 here. But I'm on 13, 13, 13, but about 13, 12, 75, but about 13. Sold your way for 12, 75, 36, 12, 48, 43. Bull calf, 48-43. Right there on the bull calf. 10, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but you get 14, but you get 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but you get 14, but you get 14, but you get 14, but you get 12. 12 here, but I'm on 12. Now quarter. 12 a quarter half, yeah, but I'm on 12, 50. Somebody 5 here, now 13, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half. Somebody 5 to 14, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half. 14 and a half, yeah, but I'm on 50, but you get 50, but you get 50, but you get 14, 50. 14, 50. You want in, but you get 14, 50, 14, 50, 14, 50. Somebody 5, 14, somebody 5, somebody 75 here, but get 14, 75, 75 here, but get 14, 75, 14, 75. Sold at number 14, 50. 45, 34. 51, 85. Bull calf, 51-85 on the bull calf. Right there. Here we go. This one right here. But I'm on 15. 15. What do you get 50? 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 What do you get 15? What do you get 15? What do you get 15? But I'm on 12. 12 here. But I'm on 12. Here we get 1,200. Here we get 12. 12 here. But I'm on 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. But I'm on 12. 12 and a quarter. $1,200 now. Quarter. Here we get 12. 12 and a quarter. We get 12 and a quarter. 12. 12 and a quarter. 12 and a quarter. 12 and a half. 75. 12. 75 here. Now 13. 13. 13 and a quarter. 13 and a quarter. Half. Yeah, but I'm on 50. 75. 13. 75. 13. 75. 75 here. We get 13. 75. 75 here, we get 13, 75, sold at number 13, 50, 45, 55. 51-07. Bull calf, 51-07 on the bull calf here, but I'm on 14, 14, but you get 14, 14, 14 a quarter, but you get 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter and a half, here, but you get 14 and a half, 75 to 15, 15, but you get 50, but you get 50, but you get 15, 15 a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, but you get, but I'm on 15 a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, sold at over 1,500, but I'm on 40 on 1. 51-08 50. 51-14, bull calf. 51-14 on the bull calf. Right there. Here we go. But I'm 14, 14, but I'm 14, 14, but you get 14, but you get 13, 13, 13, but you get 13, 13, 13, but you get 12 here. Now quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half. You're about 50, 75. Now 13, 13, 13 and a quarter and a half. You're about 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75, 75 to 14, 14, but about 14, 14 and a quarter, 14 and a quarter, 14, 14 and a quarter, 14, but you get 14 and a quarter, 14, but you get 14 and a quarter, 14 and a quarter. Sold at over 1,400, 10-31. 48-34, 48-34, heifer, retain, but I'm at 19, but you get 19, 18, now quarter, but you get 18, 18 a quarter, at 18, 18 a quarter, but I'm at 25 today, but you get 50, 75, now 19, 19, 19, at 18, 75, here, but you get 19, 18, 75, here, but you get 19, 19 a quarter, at 19 a quarter, half, here, but you get 19 a half, here, but I'm on 50, 19, 50, at 19, 50, but you get 50, but you get 50, but you get 50, sold at over 19, 25, 91, 30, 91, 30. 48-36, heifer. 48-36, heifer. Damn, but I'm on 16, 16 a quarter. Everybody get 16 a quarter, 16 and a half, 75, 16, 75, 17, 17 a quarter. And I'll have. Everybody get 17 now, 75 here. Now, everybody get 17, 75, 75 here. Everybody get 75, 18. Everybody get 18. At 18, everybody get 18. Everybody get 18. Sold at number 17, 75, 91, 30. 91, 30. 51-74, heifer. 51-74, heifer. At the bottom at 400. At 4, everybody get 4, everybody get 400. Everybody get 4, 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 everybody get 3. At 300 now, quarter and a half. Now 75, 375, 75. Here, everybody get 375. At 375, here, bottom on 375, 375, 4. Everybody get 4, everybody get 4, everybody get 4 a quarter. Everybody get 4 and a quarter now, half. Everybody get 450, 75. And on 5, here, bottom on 5. Here, everybody get 500. Everybody get 5. Hit 5 here, bottom on 5. Everybody get 5. 475 here, bottom on 5. 475 here, bottom on 5. Sold at over 475. Too late. Right there, put them on 45-50. 51-75, bull calf. 51-75 on the bull calf. Here, put them in 12. Here, we get 12. Here, put them in 12. Here, we get 12. Here, we get 12. Here, we get 12. Here, we get 1,000. Time, put them on 10. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 10. Put them on 10. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 10. Put them on 10. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 10. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 900. 9. Here, we get 9. 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. 8. Here, we get 8. Everybody get 800. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8 here now. Quarter. At 8. Here, everybody get 8 and a quarter. 8 here, everybody get 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter half. Here, put them on 50. 50. 75 now. 9 now. Quarter. Everybody get 9 and a quarter now. Half. Here, put them on 50. 75. 9. 75. Here, everybody get 1,000. Now quarter. 10 and a quarter. 10 and a quarter. Put them on 10 and a quarter. Everybody get 10 and a quarter half. Here, put them on 10. 50. 10. 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 10. 50. 10. 25. Here, put them on 50. Everybody get 10. 50. 75. 10. 75. Here, everybody get 10. 75. Right here. 10. 50. Everybody get 10. 75. 10. 50. 10. 75. Sold at over 10. 50. 45. 55. 51-13, bull calf. 51-13 on the bull calf. 10, but I'm on 17. 70, get 17. 70, get 17. 70, get 17 and a quarter. 17, 17 and a quarter. 17 and a half. Yeah, but I'm on 50. 75 here. No, 18. 18 and a quarter. Half. Yeah, but I'm on 50. 75 to 19. 19 and a quarter. 19 and a half. 19, 50. We get 50. We get 50. 75. 19, 75 here. We get 2,000. 19, 75 here. But I'm on 2. We get 2. We get 2. Sold at over 19, 75, 58, 61. 51-16, bull calf. 51-16 on the bull calf. 10, but I'm on 14. 14, we get 14. 14, we get 14. 14 a quarter. 14, we get 14 a quarter. 14, 14 a quarter. We get 14 a quarter. 14 a quarter and a half. Here we get 14 and a half. 75, 14, 75, 15. 15, we get 15. 15, 14, 80. Now 90. We get 14, 90. We get 90. We get 90. We get 90. Now 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 10. 10, 10, but I'm on 10. We get 15, 10, 20. 15, 20. We get 20. We get 20. We get 20. We get 20. Sold at over 15, 10. 10, 31. 48-44, bull calf. 48-44 on the bull calf. Retain, but I'm on 19. We get 19. We get 19 quarter. We get 19 quarter half. We get 50. 75 now 2,000 quarter. But I'm 10. We get 10. 10. But I'm 20. 10. 20. We get 10. 10. 10. But I'm on 10. Sold at over 2,000. 90. 130. 51-04. 5104 on the bull calf. 14, 14, 14, 14, we get 14, 14, we get 14, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, we get 13, we get 13, 13, 12 quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half. Here, 50, 75, here, 12, 75, 12, 75, here, 12, 75, 13, 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter and a half. Here, 13 and a half, here, 50, 13, 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 13, 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 13, 50, sold at number 13, 25, 10, 31. $50, 48, 35, heifer. 48, 35 on a heifer. 18 at 18. We give 18 a quarter half. Here, 50, 75 to 19. 19, we get 19 at 18, 75. Here, we get 19. We get 19. We get 19. We get 19. Sold at over 18, 75, 90, 130. 51, 66. Bull calf, 51.66 on the bull calf. 14, but about 14, 14, but about 14, 14, we get 14, 14, but about 14, 14, we get 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 13, 13, but about 13, 13, 13, we get 13, we get 13, we get 12 here, but about 12, and 12 here, but about 12 here, we get 1200, here we get 12 here, but about 12 here, we get 12 here, we get 12, 1100, we get 11, 11 here, we get 11, we get 1000, a quarter, but about 10, we get 10 a quarter, we get 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, we get 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, 10 and a half, here, but about 50, 75 here now, 11, we get 1100, we get 11, now quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 and a half, here, but about 50, 1150, we get 50, we get 50, we get 1150, 1150, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, sold at over 1125, put them on 40 on 2, 40 on 2. 51.90 bull calf, 51.90 on the bull calf, here, but about 19, and now quarter, 19, we get 19 a quarter, we get 19 a quarter, quarter, but about quarter, we get 19, we get 19 a quarter, we get 19, 25, 25, 50, 75, 19, 75, here, we get 2,000, and now quarter, now half, here, but about 20, 50, 30, 40, we get 20, 40, 40, we get 40, we get 40, 50, but about 20, 50, we get 50, 60, 20, 60, we get 60, we get 60, sold at over 20, 50, 58, 61. 50, 37, bull calf, 50, 37 on the bull calf, and but about 15, 15 quarter, but I get 15, 15 a quarter, and 15, 15 a quarter half, yeah, but about 15 and a half, 75, 15, 75 here, in the 16, 16, 16, but I get 15, 80, and 15, 75 here, but about 80, but I get 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 80, now 90, 15, 90, and 15, 90, now 16, 16, 16, but about 16, 16, 16, but I get 16, 16, sold at over 15, 90, 88, 87. 51.09 heifer, 51.09 on the heifer. Retain, but I'm on 15, 15, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 15, but I get 15, but I'm on 15 a quarter, and 15, 15 a quarter, but I'm on 25, 25 here, but I get 15, 25, 15, 25, 15, but I get 15, 50, 75 here, no 16, 16, 16 a quarter, and I'll have here, no 75, 16, 75, 17, 17 a quarter, 17 and a half, 17 half here, but I get 17 half here, but I get 17 and a half, sold at over 17 a quarter, 90, 130, 90, 130. 51.08 bull calf, 51.08 on the bull calf, 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 13, but I get 13, but I get 13, 12, here, but I'm on 12, 12, here, but I'm on 12, here, but I get 12, here, but I get 12, 11, 11, but I get 1100, but I get 11, 11, but I get 1,000, but I'm on 1,000, but I get 1,000, but I'm on 1,000, but I get 1,000, now quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, but I get 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, but I'm on 10, 10 a quarter, but I get 10, 25, 10, 25, yeah, but I'm on 5 here, now 50, but I get 10, 50, 75, 10, 75, now 11, now a quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, half, yeah, but I'm on 50, now 75, 11, 75, 12, here, but I'm on 12, 12 and a quarter, and I'll have here, but I'm on 12, 50, 75, here, but I get 12, 75, 12, 75, here, but I get 12, 75, 12, 75, here, but I get 12, 75, sold up over 12, 50, 36, 12. 51.10. What'd you get? Heifer. On the heifer. I tell you, but I'm on 16. $16. I'm going to get 16 a quarter. I'm going to get 16, 16 a quarter, 16, 16 a quarter, 16 a quarter, 16 a quarter, 16 and a half, 75, 16, 75, 75, 17, 17 a quarter. I'm going to get 17 a quarter, 17 a quarter. I'm going to get 25, down 50. I'm going to get 17, 50. Now 75 here. I'm going to get 17, 75, 75 here. Now 18. I'm going to give 18, 18. I'm going to give 18. I'm going to give 18. Sold at number 17, 75. But I'm on 90, 130. 50, 106, bull calf, everybody on 15, now quarter, at 15, 15 a quarter, everybody get 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, everybody on 50, 75, now 16, 16, 16, 16, everybody get 16, and now quarter, 16 a quarter, half, everybody get 16 and a half, 16 and a half, everybody on 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 16, 30, everybody on 30, everybody get 30, 40, everybody get 40, 50, 16, 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, 60, everybody get 16, 60, 16, 60, everybody get 60, everybody get 60, sold it for 16, 50, 10, 31. 51, 86, bull calf, 51, 86 on the bull calf here. At hand, but I'm on 16, 16, 16, we get 16, 16, we get 16, we get 16, we get 14. And now a quarter, we get 14, a quarter, 14 and a half. Here, but I'm on 50, 75 here, and a 15, 15, 15 a quarter, at 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, 75, 15, 75, 75, 16, 16, 16 a quarter, at 16 a quarter, 16 and a half. Here, but I'm on 50, 75, 16, 75, now 17, 17, 17 a quarter, 17 a quarter, we get 17 a quarter, 17, 17 a quarter, we get 17 a quarter, 17, 17 a quarter, we get 17 a quarter, 17, we get 17 a quarter, sold at over 1,790, 130. 51, 69, bull calf, 51, 69 on the bull calf. Here, team, but 12. Here, we get 1,200. Here, we get 12. At 12, here, but 12. Here, we get 12. Here, we get 12. Here, we get 1,000. But 1,000. We get 1,000. We get 1,000. We get 800. At 8 here, we get 8. We get 8 here. We get 8. We get 8. We get 8. We get 8 here. Now quarter. At $800 now quarter. We get 8 here. We get 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. At $800 now quarter. We get 8 here. We get 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. Not half. Here, but 850. 850. At 850. We get 50. We get 850. 75. 875. 9. We get 9. We get 9 and a quarter. 9 and a quarter now half. Everybody get 950. 950 down 75. 975 here. Everybody get 975. 950. 975 here. Everybody get 975. 950. 75 here. Everybody get 1,000. $1,000 now quarter. But with 10, 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10, 25. 10, 25. Sold up over 1,000. Put them on 66. 36. 50, 103, bull calf, and but I'm on 15, 15, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 15, we get 14, 14, 14, 14 a quarter, and 14, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, 75, now 15, 15, 15, 10, 10, but I'm on 10, we get 15, 10, 15, we get 15, 10, 10, but I'm on 10, we get 10, we get 10, we get 10, sold it over 1,500, 10, 31. 51, 34, bull calf, 10, but I'm on 7, somebody get 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 700, everybody get 7, everybody get 7 now quarter, 7, 7, everybody get 7 a quarter, 7 a quarter, 7 and a half, 75, everybody get 7, 75, everybody get 8, everybody get 8 now quarter, now half, everybody on 50, 75, now 9, everybody get 9 quarter half, everybody get 950, and now 75, 975, now 1,000, everybody on 10 now quarter, everybody get 10, 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, everybody get 10 a quarter half, everybody on 10, 50, 75, 10, 75 here, now 11, 1100, everybody 11, 10, 75 here, everybody 11, 10, 75 here, everybody 11, 11 now quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 and a half, 75, and now 12, you put them at 12, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half, you put them at 12, 50, 75, 12, 75, at 12, 75, here, we get 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13, 10, 20, 13, 20, now 30, but about 30, 40, we get 13, 40, 50, we get 50, we get 50, 60, 13, 60, now somebody, we get somebody, now 80, we get 13, 80, now 90, we get 13, 90, we get 90, we get 90, we get 90, we get 13, 90, 13, 90, then what about 90, sold it over 13, 80, 45, 55. 50, 94, bull calf, but about 15, 15 a quarter, we get 15, 15 a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter and a half, here, what about 15 and a half, here, we get 50, we get 15, 50, 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 30, 15, 30, 30, what about 30, we get 30, we get 30, we get 30, we get 30, sold it over 15, 25, 10, 31. Put them on 51, 36 heifer. On a heifer here. At the but I'm on 1,000. We get 10, but I'm on 10, but 1,000. But I'm on 10 now quarter. We get 10, 10 a quarter, but I'm on 10 a quarter half. Here, but I'm on 10, 50, 75 here now. 11, 11, here, we get 11. 11, here, we get 11. 10, 75 here, we get 11. 10, 75, 11, and now quarter. 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter. 11, 11 a quarter, but I'm on here, we get 11 a quarter, we get 11 a quarter. 11 here, we get 11 a quarter, we get 11 a quarter. 1 here, we get 11 a quarter. 11, we get 11 a quarter, we get 11 a quarter. 11 here, we get 11 a quarter. Sold it over 1,145, 55. 50, 75, 77, 50, 77, bull calf, hammered on 15, 15, we get 15, 15, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 15, we get 14, and now quarter half, hammered on 14 and a half, 75 here, to 15, 15, 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, hammered on 50, 75, 15, 75, 75 here, hammered on 75, 60, 70, 15, 70, we get 70, now 80, we get 80, we get 80, 15, 80, we get 80, now 90, we get 15, 90, 15, 90, we get 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 90, sold at over 15, 80. 10, 31. $51, $67, bull calf, 15, but I'm on 15, 15, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but I get 14, 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but I get 14, but I get 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, but I get 12, and 12 here and a quarter, but I get 12, 12 and a quarter, but I get 12, 12 and a quarter, 12, 12 and a quarter, but I'm 12 here and a quarter and a half, but I'm on 50, but I get 12, 50, 12, 50, now 75, 12, 75 here, now 13, 13 and a quarter and a half, but I'm on 50, 75, 13, 75 to 14, 14 and a quarter, 14 and a half, 14 and a half, you're going to get 14 and a half, 14 and a half, you're going to get 14 and a half, 14 and a half, you're going to get 14 and a half, sold at over 14 a quarter, 10, 31. 51, 27, bull calf, 51, 27 on the bull calf here, but I'm on 15, 15, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 15, but I get 15, but I get 15, but I get 14, 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 13, 13, but I get 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 12, here, but I'm on 12, here, but I get 12, here, but I get 12, here, but I get 1,000, I'll turn it, but I get 1,000, but I get 1,000, but I'm on 10, but I get 1,000, quarter, but I get 10, 10, a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 10, 50, 75 here, now 11, now quarter, 11, 11, but I get 11 a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, here, but I'm on 12, 12 and a quarter, and now half, here, but I'm on 12, 50, 75, 12, 75, 12, 75 here, now 13, 13, 13 a quarter, and now half, here, but about 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75, 75, here, we get 13, 75, 13, 75, here, we get 13, 75, sold at over 13 and a half, 45, 55, 51, 30. Bull calf, 51, 30 on the bull calf. Here, what about 15? 15, what do you get 50, 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 what do you get 14? At 14, 14 a quarter, what do you get 14, 14 a quarter? At 14, 14 a quarter, what do you get 14 a quarter? 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, half. Here, what do you get 14 a half? At 14 a half, 75, 14, 75, 75. Here, what do you get 14, 75, 14, 75, 14 a half. Here, what do you get 14, 75? Sold at over 14 a half, 10, 31. 51, 51. 5173 heifer, 5173 heifer. Right there, but I'm 14, 14, but you get 14, 14, but you get 14, but you get 14, but you get 14, but you get 12. Here, but I'm 12, at 1200, here, but you get 12. Here, but I'm 12, here, but you get 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 1,000. But I'm on 1,000, but you get 1,000, but you get 1,000. 1,000, but you get 1,000. But I'm on 1,000, but you get 1,000, but you get 1,000. But you get 800, here, but you get 8, 8 here, but you get 8 quarter. At 8 here, but you get 8 and a quarter, 8 here, but you get 8 and a quarter, 8 and a quarter, 8 and a quarter, 8 here, but you get 8 and a quarter. At 8 and a quarter, but you get $800 now quarter, but you get 8 here, but you get 8 and a quarter, half. Here, but I'm on 50, but you get 8, 50. At 8, 50, 75, 8, 75, 9, what do you get 9, what do you get 9 quarter, now half, here, what do you get 9, 50, 9, 50, 75, here, what do you get 9, 75, here, what do you get 1,000, I'll turn that over to get 1,000, but about that now quarter, what do you get 10, 10 a quarter, what do you get 10 a quarter, 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, what do you get 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, what do you get 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, what do you get 10, what do you get 10 a quarter, sold at over 1,000, 45, 55, 51, 50. Bull calf, 51, 50 on the bull calf. 10, but I'm 14, 14, but you get 14, but you get 14, but you get 12. At 1,200, but I'm 12, here, but you get 12, here, but you get 12. 10, but I'm 12, here, but you get 12. At 12, here, but you get 12, here, but you get 1,000. But I'm on 10, but you get $1,000 now quarter. 10, 10 a quarter, half. Yeah, but I'm on 10, 50, 75 here, now 11 and now quarter, 11 a quarter, half. Yeah, but I'm on 50, 75, 1175. 1175, 75 here, but you get 75, 1175 here, but you get 1175, 1175, 1175. Now 12, here, but I'm on 12, here, but you get 12, 12 and a quarter. At 12, 12 and a quarter, but you get 12 and a quarter, 12, 12 and a quarter, but you get 12 and a quarter, half. Here, but I'm on 50. And now 75, 1275, sold at over 1250. 80 on 20. 51, 51.63 bull calf. 51.63 on the bull calf. 12. He would get 12. He would get 1200. He would get 12. 12. He would get 12. He would get 12. He would get 12. He would get 1,000. But about that, he would get 1,000. He would get 10. But about that, he would get 1,000. He would get 10. But about 900. Now quarter. 90. He would get 9 quarter half. He would get 50. 950. 75. He would get $1,000 now quarter. But about he would now half. Now 75. 10. 75. 11. 1100. He would get 11. He would get 11. 10. 75. He would get 11. 10. 75. He would get 11. 11. He would get 11. 11. He would get 1100. He would get 11. 10. 75. He would get 11. Sold at over 10.75. Put them on 80 on 1X. 51.40. You said what? Heifer. On a heifer. Right here. Right here. What about 900? Everybody get 9. 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 900. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. 8. At 800. Everybody get 8. 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 Everybody get 8 here. Now quarter. At 8 here. Everybody get 8 and a quarter. 8 here. Everybody get 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. 8 here. Everybody get 8 and a quarter. At $800 now quarter. Everybody get 8 and a quarter. Half. Everybody on 50. Everybody get 8. 50. 75 here. Now 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9 quarter. Half. Everybody on 950. 950. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 950. Everybody get 950. Everybody get 950. 950. 925. Everybody on 50. Sold at over 925. 45.50. Hey, there's the boss. Where you been? Hey, what's your deal? 51.25 heifer. 51.25 heifer. Here we go. Right there, but I'm on 15. 15, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 15. 15, but I'm on 15. 15, now quarter to 15. 15, but I'm on 50, but I get 50, but I get 13. 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13. 13, but I get 13, but I get 13. 13, but I get 12. 12 here, but I'm on 12, but I get 1,000. But I'm on 1,000, but I get 1,000, but I get 1,000, but I get 10, but I'm on 1,000 now quarter. 10, 10 a quarter, but I'm on 10, 10 a quarter half. Yeah, but I'm on 10, 50, 75, 10, 75 now 11. 11 now quarter, 11 a quarter half. Yeah, but I'm on 50, 11, 50, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 50. 11, 50, 75, 11, 75, 12. Yeah, but I'm on 12, 12 and a quarter, now half. You put them at 12, 50, 75, 12, 75 here, now 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, we get 13 a quarter, and now half, here we get 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75, 75, here we get 13, 75, at 13 and a half, here we get 75, sold it over 13 and a half, 45, 55. 51.65 bull calf. 51.65 on the bull calf here, but I'm at 14. Hit 14. 14, but he get 14. 14, but he get 14. But he get 14. But he get 13. 13. 13, but I'm on 13. But he get 13. But he get 12. Here, but I'm on 12. Here, but he get 1,200. Here, but he get 12 quarter. 12. 12 and a quarter. Here, but he get 12. 12 and a quarter. But he get 12 and a quarter. 12. 12 and a quarter. But he get 12 and a quarter. 12. 12 and a quarter half. Here, but I'm on 12. 50. 12. 50. But he get 50. Now 75. 12. 75 here. But he get 13. 13. 13 and a quarter. 13 and a half. Here, but I'm on 50. 75. 13. 75 to 14. 14. 14 quarter, but I get 14 a quarter half. Yeah, but about 14 and a half. At 14 and a half. 75, 14, 75, 75 here, but I get 14, 75, 60. At 14, 60, but I get 60, but I get 60. Now 70, but I get 14, 70, but I get 70. Sold it over 14, 60. 40 on 1. 51.26 heifer. 51.26 heifer. Damn, but I'm on 15. But I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 13. 13, 13 a quarter. 13, 13 a quarter. 13 and a half. Yeah, but I'm on 50, but I get 50, but I get 50. 13, 50, 50, but I get 50. 13, 50, but I get 50. 75, 13, 75, 14. 14 a quarter. 14 and a half. 75. 14, 75, 15. 15 a quarter. 15 and a half. 75. 15, 75, 75 here, but I get 15. 75. 15 and a half here, but I get 75. 75. 15, 75. 75 here, but I get 15. 75. Sold it over 15 and a half. Put them on 90, 130. 51.64. 51.64 on the bull calf here, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but I get 14, 14, but I get 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, but I get 13, 12, here, but I'm on 12, here, but I'm on 12, quarter, 12, 12 and a quarter, but I get 12, 12 and a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 12, 50, 12, 50, 75, 12, 75 here, now 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, 75 to 14, 14 a quarter, and now half, 75, 14, 75, 75 here, but I get 14, 75 here, to 15, 15, 15, but I'm on 15, but I get 15, but I get 15, but I get 15, sold it over 14.75, 10.31. 51.65 51.35 bull calf, 51.35 on the bull calf here. At 1,000, but get 10, but about 10, but get 1,000. At 10, but get 1,000, but about 10, but get 10, but get 1,000, but about 10, but get 10, but get 900. At 9 here, but get 9, but get 9, but get 9, 7, 7, but get 7, but get 7 now quarter, 7, 7 a quarter, but get 7 a quarter. At 7, 7 a quarter, but 7, 7 a quarter, but get 7 a quarter, 7, 7 a quarter half. Here, but about 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half. Here, but get 7 and a half, 8, but get 8, but get 8 now quarter. At 8 and a quarter half. Here, but about 50, but get 8, 50, 7 and a half, 8, 7 and a half. Here now 9, but get 9, but get 9 quarter. At 9 and a quarter, 9 and a half. Here, but about 50, 7 and a half, 9, 7 and a half. Here, but get 1,000. At 10, but about 10 now quarter, but get 10, 10, but get 10 and a quarter, 10 and a half. Here, but about 50, but get 10, 50. At 10, but get 50, but get 50, but get 10, 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 50. Sold at over 10, 25, 45, 55. $52.02 bull calf, $52.02 on the bull calf. Right there. Here we get on 15, 15, we get 50, we get 50, we get 15, 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 what about 15, 15, 15, $1,500 now quarter. We get 15, 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter now half. Here we get 15 and a half, 15 and a half. And now 75, 15, 75, 75. Here we get 15, 75, 75. Here we get 75, here we get 75. Sold at over 15, 50, 90, 130. $51.22 bull calf. Right there, but about 14, 14, we get 14, 14, we get 14, 14, we get 14, we get 14, 14, we get 14, 13, 13, 13, 13, but about 13, 13, we get 13, we get 13, we get 12, here, but about 12, here, we get 12, here, we get 12, now quarter, 12, here, we get 12 and a quarter, 12, here, but about 12 and a quarter, we get 12, 12 and a quarter, 12, 12 and a quarter, we get 12 and a quarter, half, here, but about 12, 50, 75, 12, 75, here, we get 13, 13 and a quarter, 13 and a quarter, 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75 to 14, 14, but about 14, 14 and a quarter, and now half. Here we get 14 and a half. Here we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 14, 50, 14, 50, 14, 50, 75, 14, 75, 75. Here we get 75, and 14, 75. Sold up over 14, 50, 36, 12. Got a few more calves in line. Now we're showing we're down about 11 head, but there's more calves out there getting close to unloading or unloading, so there'll be some more coming through. 51.33 bull calf, 51.33 on the bull calf. Here but I'm 5, here but I'm 500, everybody get 5, here but I'm 5, everybody get 5, 4, 400, here but I'm 4, 400 now quarter, 4, 4 and a quarter and a half, here but I'm 450, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 450, 75 to 5, here but I'm 500 now quarter, 5, here but I'm 5 and a quarter, 5 and a half, everybody get 575, 5, 7 and a 6, everybody get 6 here and a quarter and a half, everybody get 6 and a half, 75, and now 7, so everybody get 7 now quarter and a half, everybody get 7 and a half, 75 here, no 8, everybody get 8 now quarter, and now half, everybody get 850, at 850, everybody get 50, 75 here, everybody get 875, 875, at 875 here, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 900, at 9 now quarter, 9 a quarter, 9, everybody get 9 a quarter, 9, everybody get 9 a quarter, 9 a quarter, 9 a quarter, 9, everybody get 9 a quarter, 9, everybody get 9 a quarter, everybody get 9 a quarter, 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9 a quarter, 9 a quarter, sold up over 900, 2907, 2907. 51.71 bull calf. I tell you about 1,000. Everybody get 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 800. At 8 here. Everybody get 8 quarter. Everybody get 8 and a quarter half. You put 150. 75 now 9. Everybody get 9 now quarter. 9 and a quarter half. You put 150. 75 9 75. Everybody get 1,000. Now quarter. Everybody get 10 and a quarter half. You put 10 50. 10 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 10 50. 10 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 10 50. 10 50. Everybody get 10 50. Everybody get 10 50. Everybody get 10 50. Sold at over 10 25. 64 95. $48.77 heifer, $48.77 on a heifer. Right here, but I'm on 18, we give 18, we give 18, we give 18, 16, 16, 16, 16, we give 16, 16, 16 a quarter, 16 a quarter, 16 and a half, 75, 16, 18, we give 18 a quarter, at 18 a quarter, 18 and a half, 75, 18, 75 here to 19, 19, at 18, 75 here, we give 19, we give 19, we give 19, sold at over 18, 75, but I'm on 91, 30. 51-31 bull calf. 51-31 on the bull calf. I take him 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. And 12 here, but I'm 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 1200. Here we get 12. Here we get 1,000. But I'm 1,000. Here we get 1,000. Here we get 1,000. Quarter. 10 a quarter. But I'm 10 a quarter. Here we get 10 a quarter. Here we get 10 a quarter. Here we get 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter. 10 and a half. Now 75. 10 75 here. Now 11 now quarter. 11 a quarter now half. Here but I'm 50. 1150. We get 50. We get 50. We get 1150. Now 75. 1175. 12. Here but I'm 12 here now quarter. 12 and a quarter. Here we get 12 and a quarter. 12 and a quarter. 12 and a quarter. Now half. Here but I'm 1250. 1250. We get 50. We get 50. 75. 1275. Now 13. 1275. Here but about 13. We get 13. 1275. Here but about 13. We get 13. We get 13. Sold at number 1275. 1031. 4881. Bull calf, 4881 on the bull calf. 10, but I'm on 18. We give 18. 18. We give 18. We give 18. Now 18. Now quarter. 18 a quarter half. But I'm on 50. 75. 18. 75. 19. We give 19. We give 19. Now quarter. 19 a quarter. 19 a quarter half. But I'm on 50. 75. 19. 75. Now 2,000. We get 2,000. But I'm on 2. We get 2. We get 2,000. But I'm on 2. 1980. Now 90. And then we get 90. We get 90. We get 90. We get 90. Sold at over 1980. 5861. 5102. Bull calf, 5102 on the bull calf. All right here. Here we go. What about 14? 14. What about 14? 14 a quarter. And I'll half. Here we go. 14 and a half. 75. 15. 15 a quarter. 15 a quarter. 15 and a half. 75. 16. 16. 16. We get 16. 1. We get 16. 16. 16. We get 16. 17. 75. Here. What about 16? Sold at over 1575. 88. 87. 4873 heifer, 4873 on a heifer. Retain, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but you get 14, but you get 14, 14, but I'm on 14, but you get 12. 12 here, but I'm on 12, here, but you get 1200, here, but you get 12, here, but I'm on 12, here, but you get 12, here, but you get 12, here, but you get 1,000. 1,000, but you get 1,000, but you get 1,000. Now quarter, here, but you get 10, 10 a quarter, but I'm on 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter, but you get 10 a quarter half, here, but I'm on 10, 50. 10, 50, 75, here, but you get 10, 75, 11, but you get 11, now quarter, 11 a quarter half, here, but I'm on 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, here, but I'm on 12, 12 and a quarter. Now half here, but I'm 1250. 1250, we get 50, we get 50, we get 1250, 1250, 75, 1275 here. Now 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13. 1275 here, but I'm on 13, we get 13, we get 13, 13, 13, we get 13. You want in, we get 13. Now quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, we get 13 a quarter. Sold at over 1,300, but I'm on 4555. 4875 bull calf, 4875 on the bull calf here, but I'm on 14, 14, we get 14, 14, we get 14, we get 14, we get 14, we get 12, 1200, we get 12 here, but I'm on 12, 12 quarter, we get 12, 12 and a quarter, 12, 12 and a quarter and a half here, but I'm on 12, 50, 75 here, no 13, 13 a quarter and a half here, but I'm on 13 and a half, 75 to 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14, we get 14 a quarter, now half here, we get 14 and a half, 14 and a half here, we get 14 and a half, 14 and a half here, we get 14, 50, sold at over 1425. Number 8. 4879. 4879 bull calf, but I'm on 14, 14 a quarter, everybody get 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter and a half, everybody get 14 and a half, 75, 14, 75, 15, 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, everybody on 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 30, 30, everybody get 30, 15, 25, everybody on 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, sold at over 15, 25, 10, 31. 4880. You said bull calf. On the bull calf, I take what about 19, we get 19, we get 19, we get 19, we get 19, 18, we give 1800, at 18, we give 18, now quarter, we give 18, 18 a quarter half, here what about 18 and a half, here we give 50, 75, 18, 75, 19, 19, 19 a quarter, 19 a quarter half, here we get 19, 50, 19, 50, 75, 19, 75, 75, here we get 19, 75, here we get 2,000, 2, but I'm on 2, we get 2, we get 2, 1980, 1980, we give 80, we give 80, we give 80, we get 1980, sold at number 1975. 5861. What you got there, young man? Bull calf. 48 48.76. Bull calf. 48.76 on the bull calf. Retain, but I'm on 15. 15, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 15, but I get 15, but I get 15, but I get 14. At 14, 14, but I'm on 14. 14, but I get 14, but I get 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, but I get 12. At 12 quarter, but I get 12, 12 and a quarter half. Yeah, but I'm on 12, 50, 75. Now 13, 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half. At but I'm on 50, 75. Now 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14 a quarter and a half. Here, but I get 14 and a half. At 14 and a half. Now 75, 14, 75, 75. Here, but I get 14.75, 14.75, sold at over 14 and a half, 10.31. 48.82 heifer, 48.82 on a heifer. 19, but I'm on 19, but I get 19, but I get 19, but I get 19, 19, but I get 19, 18 now quarter. At 18 a quarter, 18 and a half, 75 here, but I get 18, 75, 75, 16 now 70, but I get 18, 70 now 80. At 80, but I get 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 80, sold at over 18.70, but I'm on 91.30. 49.19 bull calf, 49.19 on the bull calf. 14, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14 a quarter. Everybody get 14, 14 a quarter. At 14, but I get 14 a quarter. Everybody get 14 a quarter. 25, 15, but I get 50, but I get 50, 75, 14, 75. And now 15, 15, but I get 15, 15, but I get 14, 80. At 14, 80, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 50, 14, 75 here, but I get 80. Sold at over 14, 75, 10, 31. 48.60. Bull calf, 48.60 on the bull calf. I'll retain, but I'm at 12. Everybody get 1,200. Everybody get 12. Everybody get 10. But I'm 1,000. I'll start out now. Quarter. But I'm 10. Everybody get 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10, 10 a quarter. But I'm 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter now. Half. Yeah, but I'm 10, 50. Now 75, 10, 75 here. Now 11, 11 here. Everybody 11. 10, 75 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 here. Everybody 11. Everybody 1100. Sold at over 10, 75. Put them on 80 on 20. 48.74 bull calf, 48.74 on the bull calf. Right here we go there, right there, but I'm on 15, 15, what do you get 50, 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 what do you get 15, what do you get 15, what do you get 14, 14, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, 75, 15, now a quarter, everybody get 15 a quarter, 15 and a half, now 75, 15, 75 here, now 16, 16, 16 a quarter, 16 and a half, and now 75, 16, 75, 75 here, everybody get 16, 75, 16, 75 here, everybody get 75 here, everybody get 75, sold at over 16 and a half. 58.61. 49.11 heifer, 49.11 on a heifer. Here we go. Right there, but I'm on 8. But I give 800. But I give 8. 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 7. But I give 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 6. That's 6 here. But I'm on 6. Here. But I give 6 and now quarter. 6 and a quarter. 6 and a quarter. But I'm on quarter. But I give 6 and a quarter. 9. But I give 6 and a quarter and a half. Here. But I give 6 and a half. 75. And now 7. 7 and now quarter. 7 and a quarter. 7 and a half. Here. But I'm on 7 and 75 here. But I give 7. 75. 7 75 here. Now 8. But I give 800 now quarter and a half. Here. But I'm on 850. 75. And now 9. 9 here. Now quarter. 9 a quarter half. Here we get 950, 75, 975. Here we get $10 now quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. But I'm 10. We get 10. We get 10 a quarter. We get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. We get 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter. Sold at over 1,064.95. 48.83 bull calf, 48.83 on the bull calf. Hey, but I'm 19. What do you get 19? What do you get 19? What do you get 19? Quarter. What do you get 19? Quarter now half. Here, what do you get 50? 75, 19, 75. Here, what do you get 2,000? Now quarter. Now half. Here, what do you get 20? 50, 75. Here, but I'm 20, 75, 60. 20, 60. What do you get 60? 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 Sold at over 20, 50. Put them on 58.61. 51.72 heifer, 51.72 on a heifer. Damn, but I'm on 7. Everybody get 7. Everybody get 7. Everybody get 700. Everybody get 7. And now quarter. 7, 7 a quarter. Everybody get 7, 7 a quarter. Everybody get 7 a quarter. 7 a quarter. 7 a quarter. 7 and a half. Yeah, but I'm on 7, 75. Hey, everybody get 800 now quarter and a half. Yeah, but I'm on 850. 75 down 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9 quarter. 9 a quarter. 9, 9 a quarter half. Yeah, but I'm on 50. 75. 9, 75. Hey, everybody get 1,000. Now quarter. 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter half. Yeah, but I'm on 10, 50. 75. 10, 75. 10, 50. Everybody get 10, 75. 10, 50. Everybody get 10, 75. Hey, everybody get 10, 75. Sold at over 10, 50, 64, 95. 51.38 heifer, 51.38 on the heifer. I retain but 12. You would get 12. You would get 12. You would get 1,000. But 1,000. You would get 1,000. You would get 1,000. You would get 10. But 1,000. $1,000 now quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. But 10 a quarter. You would get 10, 10 a quarter. But 10, 10 a quarter. You would get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. But 10. You would get 10. You would get 10 a quarter. You would get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. You would get 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter. You say 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. You would get 10 a quarter. You would get 10, 10 a quarter. You would get 10 a quarter. You would get 10, 25. 10, 25. 10, 25. Sold at over 1,064.95. 49.10 bull calf, 49.10 on the bull calf. Right here, but I'm on 13, 13, 13, but you get 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 13, but you get 13, but you get 12, but I'm on 12, 12 now quarter, $1,200 now quarter, but you get 12, 12 and a quarter now half, but I'm on 50, 75, 13, 13, 13, 13 a quarter now half, but I'm on 13 now, 75, 13, 75, but I'm on 13, 75, 13, 50 now, 75, but you get 13, 75, 13, 75 to 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter and a half. Everybody get 14 and a half. 14 and a half. Everybody get 14 and a half. 75, 14, 75. Everybody get 75. Sold it over 14 and a half. 10, 31. 51.37 bull calf, 51.37 on the bull calf. I tell you what, I'm 12. Everybody get 1,200. Everybody get 12. Everybody get 12. Everybody get 12. Everybody get 12 quarter. And 12, 12 and a quarter. Everybody get 12, 12 and a quarter. Everybody get 12 and a quarter. Everybody get 12, 12 and a quarter. Half. Everybody get 12, 50, 75, 12, 75, and 12, 75. Here, everybody get 13, 13, 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half. Everybody get 50, 75, and now 14, 14, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half. Everybody get 14 and a half. 14 a quarter. Everybody get 14 and a half. 14 and a half. Everybody get 14 and a half. Everybody get 14 and a half. 14 and a half. Sold it over 14 a quarter. 10, 31. 48.78 bull calf, 48.78 on the bull calf. Here about 14, 14 a quarter and a half. Everybody get 14 and a half. 75, 14, 75 down 15 and now quarter, 15 a quarter and a half. Everybody get 15 and a half. 75, 15, 75, 75. Everybody get 15, 75 and now 16, 16, 16. Everybody get 16, everybody get 16, everybody get 15, 80. 15, 80, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 15, 80, 15, 80. Sold it over 15, 75, 10, 31. 52.09 bull calf, 52.09 on the bull calf. Right here. Here we go. This one right here. We're on 12. Here we get 1,200. Here we get 12. 12 here. We're on 12. Here we get 1,200. Here we get 12. Here we're on 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 1,000. Then we're about $1,000 now quarter. Here we get 10, 10 a quarter now half. Here we're about 10, 50, 75, 10, 75 now 11 now quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 and a half. And now 75, 11, 75 now 12, 12, 12 now quarter. But about 12. Here we get 12 and a quarter. 12 here we get 12 and a quarter. 12, 12 and a quarter now half. Here we're about 12, 50. And now 75, 12, 75. Here we get 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter half. Yeah, what about 13 and a half? 13 and a half here now 75, 13, 75 to 14, 14, what about 14? 14, would you get 14? No quarter, would you get 14 a quarter, 14 and a half. Yeah, what about 14 and a half? 14 and a half, you would get 14 and a half, you would get 14 and a half, 14 and a half, 14 and a half. Sold it over 14 a quarter, 45, 55. 51.23 bull calf. Retain, but about 13, 13, would you get 13, 13, 13, 13, but about 13, 13, would you get 13, would you get 12, 12 here, but about 12, 12 and a quarter half, yeah, but about 12, 50, 75 down, 13, 13, 13, 13 and a quarter, not half, yeah, but about 13 and a half, and now 75, 13, 75 to 14, 14, 14 and a quarter, 14 and a quarter, 14, 14 and a quarter, 14 and a half, yeah, but about 14 and a half, 14 and a half, you would get 14 and a half, you would get 14 and a half, 14 and a half, you would get 14 and a half, you would get 14 and a half, 14 and a half, sold up over 14 a quarter, put them on 36.12. 49.26 bull calf. On the bull calf, I tell you, but I'm right there, but I'm a 14, 14, but you get 14, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half. Yeah, but I'm on 50, 75 down, 15, 15 a quarter and a half, 15 and a half, 75, and now 16, 16 a quarter, 16 and a half, 75, 16, 75, 17, 17 a quarter, 17 a quarter, 17 and a half, 75, here, but you get 75, 18, 18 a quarter, at 18 a quarter, 18 and a half, 75, 18, 75 down, 19, 19 a quarter, and now half, 19 and a half, 75, 19, 75 here, now 2000, out to 1980, now 90, but you get 90, but you get 90, but you get 90, but you get 1990, and now 2000. Would get $2 down now 10 10 but I'm 10 would get 20 10 and 20 10 would get 10 20 would get 20 20 would get 20 would get 20 would get 20 would get 20 sold at over 20 10 19 I'm sorry 91 30 91 30 49 35 Heifer, 49.35 on the heifer. Ten, but I'm on 8. Would give 800. Would give 8. Would give 8. Would give 8. Would give 8. Would give 8 here now quarter. At 8 here. Would give 8 and a quarter. 8. Would give 8 and a quarter. Would give 8 and a quarter. 8 here now quarter. At 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter half. You put them on 50. 75. 8. 75. 9. Would give 9. Would give 9. Would give 9 quarter. Now half. You put them on 50. 75. 9. 75. 9. 75. 9. 50. Would give 9. 75. 9. 50. Would give 9. 75. Here would give 9. 75. 9. 50. Would give 9. 75. 9. 75. Here would give 9. 75. 9. 50. 9. 75. Sold at over 950. 64.95. $52.07 bull calf. $52.07 on the bull calf. Here we go. Right there on this one. Right here, but I'm on 15. 15, but you get 50, 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 but you get 15, but you get 13. 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13. 13, but you get 13, but you get 13, but I'm on 11. $1,100, but you get 11 now. Quarter half. Here, but I'm on 50, 75. Now 12. Here, but I'm on 12. 12 and a quarter half. Here, but I'm on 12, 50, 75. Down 13. 13 and a quarter. And now half. Here, but I'm on 13 and a half. 75. Here, now 14. 14, 14 and a quarter. 14, 14 and a quarter, but you get 14 and a quarter. 14, 14 and a quarter, but you get 14, 14 and a quarter. 14, 14 and a quarter, but you get 14 and a quarter. Now half. Here, but you get 14 and a half. 14 and a half, you're going to get 14 and a half. Sold at over 14 and a quarter. Put them on 80 on 20. 48.31 bull calf. 48.31 on the bull calf. And 14, but I'm on 14 quarter half. Here we go 14 and a half. 75 here and a 15, 15, 15 and a quarter. 15 and a quarter, 15 and a half. Here but I'm on 50. We're going to get 30. We're going to get 15, 30. 30, we're going to get 30. 15, 30, we're going to get 30. We're going to get 30. We're going to get 30, 40. We're going to get 15, 40. We're going to get 40, 50. We're going to get 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 50. Sold at over 15, 40. 10, 31. 49.25. On a heifer, 49.25 on a heifer. Right here on this one here, but I'm on 18. But you give 18 quarter, but you give 18 a quarter, but you give 18 a quarter. At 18 a quarter, now half here, but you give 18 a half. 75 here to 19, 19, but you get 19, but you get 19, but you get 19. Sold it over 18, 75, 90, 130. $52.10 bull calf. $52.10 on the bull calf. But I'm on 13. 13, 13. But you get 13. 13, 13. But you get 13. 13, 13. But you get 13. 13 a quarter. 13. 13 a quarter. But you get 13 a quarter half. But I'm on 13 half. 75. 13, 75 here to 14. 14 a quarter. Now half. 75. 14, 75 here to 15. 15, 15. 14, 75 here. But I'm on 50. But you get 50. But you get 50. But you get 50. But you get 15. 15. But you get 15. Sold at over 14. 75. 10. 31. 49.31 heifer. 49.31 heifer. 18. But you give 18. But you give 18. But you give 18. But you give 18. 18 a quarter. At 18 a quarter. 18 a half. 75 to 19 a quarter. 19 a quarter. 19. But you get 19 a quarter. 19. But you get 19. But you get 19 a quarter. But you get 19 a quarter. Sold at over 1900. 90. 130. $51.24. 51.24. Huh? Bull calf. Right here, but I'm on 13. 13, but you get 13. 13, but you get 13. But you get 13. 13, 13, 12. Here, but I'm on 12. 12, here, but you get 12. 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 11. 1100. But you get 11. But you get 1,000. Quarter, but you get 10. 10 a quarter now. Half. Here, but I'm on 10. 50. 75 here now. 11 and a quarter. 11 a quarter. 11 and a half. 75 now. 12. Here, but I'm on 12. 12 and a quarter. 12 and a quarter. Half. Here, but I'm on 12. 50. 75. 12. 75. Here, but you get 12. 75. Now 13. 13. 13 a quarter. 13 a quarter. 13 and a half. Here, but I'm on 13 and a half. 13 and a half. Here, but you get 13 and a half. 13 and a half. Here, but you get 13 and a half. Here, but you get 13 and a half. Sold up over 13 a quarter. But I'm on 36.12. 36.12. 49.30. Heifer, 49.30 on a heifer. Right here, but I'm on 9, but again, but I'm on 18, but you give 18, but you give 18, 17, 17 and a quarter, now half, here, but you get 17 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, 75 here, now 18, 18, but you give 18, at 18 quarter, but you give 18 a quarter, 18 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, 75, 18, 75, 75, 75 here, but you give 18, 75, sold it over 18, 50, 90, 130. 51.68. Bull calf, 51.68 on the bull calf. Right here, but I'm on 10, but you get 1,000. But I'm on 10, but you get 10, but you get 1,000. Quarter, 10, 10 a quarter. But I'm on 10, but you get 10 a quarter. But you get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. But I'm on 10, 10 a quarter. But you get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. But you get 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter. Half. Yeah, but I'm on 10, 50. Now 75, 10, 75 here. But you get 10, 75. 10, 75 here. But you get 10, 75. 10, 50. But you get 10, 75 here. But I'm on 10, 75. 10, 50. But you get 10, 75. 10, 75. Sold it over 10, 50, 64, 95. 49.23. Bull calf, 49.23 on the bull calf, 19, but I'm on 19, but 19, but 19, but $1,900, but 19 quarter, a 19 a quarter, half, you're about 50, 75 here now, 2,000, now quarter, half, you're about 20, 50, 20, 50, 30, 30, but about 30, but 20, 30, 20, 30, 40, but 40, 50, but 20, 50, but about 50, but 50, but 50, but 50, but 50, but 50, sold at over 20, 40, 58, 61. $52.08 on the bull calf. I tell you, but I'm on 400. At 4, but get 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 3, 3, 3, 3, but I'm on 3, but get 300, but get 3, but get 3, but get 3, 3, 3, 3, but I'm on 3, 2, 2, 2, but I'm on 200. At 2, but I'm on 2, 2, but get 2, but get 200 out quarter. At 2, 2 and a quarter, but I'm on 2, 2 and a quarter, but get 2 and a quarter, half. But I'm on 50, somebody on 2, somebody on 3, 3 down quarter, now half. But I'm on 3, 50, somebody on here in the 4. At $400, but get 4, but get 4, but get 4. At 3, somebody on 5, but I'm on 4, but get 400, but get 4, 3, somebody on 5, but I'm on 4, 3, somebody on 3, but get 4, 3. Somebody five here, what about 4? What do you get 4? What do you get 4? Sold at number 375. 1976. $52.06 bull calf, $52.06 on the bull calf here, but I'm on 15. 15, what do you get 15? What do you get 50? What do you get 50? What do you get 15? What do you get 15? What do you get 15? Quarter, and I'll have 15 and a half, 75, 16, 16, 16 a quarter, 16 and a half, 75, and 16, 75, 70, what do you get 16, 75s? 16.75 here now, 17, 17 a quarter, 17 and a half, 75, 17, 75, 18, what do you give 18? At 18, 18 a quarter, 18 a quarter, 18 and a half, 75, 18, 75 here, what do you get 19? At 18, 75 here, what do you get 19? What do you get 19? What do you get 19? 19, 19, sold at over 18, 75, 58, 61, 52, 15. Bull calf, 52.15 on the bull calf here, but I'm on 5. Hit 5 here, now quarter. Hit 5, 5 and a quarter. 5 here, but I'm on 5 and a quarter. 5 here, but I get 5 and a quarter. 5 and a half. 75, 5, 7, 6 here, but I get 6 here and a quarter. 6 and a quarter. 6 and a half. 75, 6, 7, 5 here, now 7. And now quarter, 7 and a quarter. 7 and a half. 75 here, now 8, but I give 800 now quarter. And now half here, but I give 8 and a half. 75, 8, 7, 5 here, but I get 9, but I get 9, but I get 9, but I get 9. At 8, 7, 5 here, but I get 9. 8, 7, 5 here, but I get 9. 8, 7, 5 here, but I get 9, but I get 9, but I get 9. 8, 7, 5 here, but I get 9. 9 here, but I get 9. Sold up over 875, 29. 07. $49.24 bull calf. $49.24 on the bull calf. Right here, I tell you what about 19, what do you get 19, what do you get 19, 19, what do you get 19, what do you get 19, 19, what do you get 19, 19, what do you get 18, and now quarter, at 18 a quarter, 18 a quarter, 18, what do you give 18 a quarter, at 18, what do you give 18 a quarter, what do you give 18 a quarter, 18, what do you give 18 a quarter, what do you give 18 a quarter, 18 a quarter, sold at over 1,850, 861. 51.32. Bull calf, 51.32 on the bull calf here, what about 14, 14, what about 14, at 14, 14, what about 14, 14, what do you get 14 a quarter, at 14, 14 a quarter, what do you get 14, 14 a quarter, 14, what do you get 14 a quarter, at $1,400 now quarter, what do you get 14, 14 a quarter, what do you get 14 a quarter, what do you get 14 a quarter, sold at over 1,400, 10.31. 49.28. Bull calf, 49.28 on the bull calf. Right there, but about 19. What do you get 19? 19 quarter. 19, 19 a quarter, 19 and a half. 75, 19, 75 here. What do you get 2,000? Quarter and a half. What about 20, 50, 20, 75. At 20, 75, 2,100. What about 21, 21, 20, 80. 20, what do you get 80? 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 20, 80. What do you get 80? What do you get 80? What do you get 80? What do you get 20, 80? Doing what I'm on 80. Sold at over 20, 75. But I'm on 58, 61. 49.29 heifer, 49.29 heifer. Right here, what about 19? What do you get 19? What do you get 19? 19, what do you get 19? What do you get 19? What do you get 19? What do you give 18? At 1,800 now quarter, what do you give 18? 18 a quarter. What about 25? 25, 50, now 75, 18, 75, 75, 19. At 19, 19, 19, what do you get 19? Quarter, what do you get 19? Quarter, what do you get 19 a quarter? At 19, what do you get 19 a quarter? What do you get 19 a quarter? Sold at over 1,990, 130. 49.34 bull calf, 49.34 on the bull calf. I tell you, but about 19, what do you get 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 19, quarter, 19, 19, a quarter, half, here, what do you get 50, 75, 19, 75, here, what do you get 2,000, quarter, but about 2, quarter, half, here, what about 50, 75, 20, 75, at 20, 75, here, what about 60, what do you get 20, 60, what do you get 60, what do you get 60, what do you get 60, sold at over 20, 50, 90, 130. 49.32 bull calf. Oh, I'm sorry, heifer. I know it is. Here we go on a heifer. All right here, but I'm on 18. We're going to give 18. We're going to give 18. We're going to give 18. 18. We're going to give 18. 17. 17. We're going to give 17 and a quarter. Now half. We're going to get 17 and a half. 75 here. Now 18. We're going to give 18. And now a quarter. 18 and a quarter. 18 and a quarter. 18 and a quarter. 18 and a half. 75. 18. 75. 75 here. We're going to get 75. At 18. 75. 75. 75. Sold at over 18 and a half. 90. 130. For 49.40 bull calf, 49.40 on the bull calf. Right here. Here we go. But I'm 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12 on our now quarter. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. Now quarter. 12. 12 and a quarter. We get 12 and a quarter. Half. Here we get 12. 50. 75 here. No 13. 13. 13. 13. We get 13. 13. 13. 13. But I'm 13. 13 and a quarter. 13 and a quarter. 13 and a half. And 13 and a half. Here we get 13 and a half. Here we get 50. We get 13 and a half. 13 and a half. I'm right there. 13 and a quarter. 13 and a half. 75. And now 14. 14. 14 and a quarter. 14 and a quarter. 14. 14 and a quarter. 14. 14 and a quarter. We get 14 and a quarter. And 14. 14 and a quarter. Sold at over 1,400. 10. 31. Yeah, 49.55. You said bull calf out here, but I'm on 15. 15, but I get 15. 15, but I get 15, but I get 14. At 14. 14, but I'm on 14. 14, but I'm on 14 quarter. At 14. 14 a quarter. 14. 14 a quarter, but I get 14 a quarter. 14. 14 a quarter, but I get 14 a quarter. 14 a quarter. 14 a quarter. At 14. 14 a quarter. Sold at over 1,410. 31. 49.27 bull calf. But I'm on 19. We get 19 now quarter. Now we get 19 a quarter. And now half. 19.50. 75. 2,000. Now quarter half. Here we get 20.50. And now 75. 20. 75. 60. 20. 60. 60. But I'm on 60. We get 60. We get 60. We get 60. We get 60. Sold right over 20.50. But I'm on 58.61. 49.50 bull calf. Right there, but I'm at 14. 14, but I'm at 14. 14, but I get 14. But I get 14. But I get 14. But I get 13. 13 quarter half. Here, but I'm at 13 and 75 to 14. 14 a quarter half. Here, but I get 14 and a half. 75 at 14. 75. 75 here, but I get 75. 15. 15. 14. 80 at 14. But I get 50. 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 Sold at over 14. 75. 10. 31. 49.59 bull calf. Right there. Here we go. This one. Right there. But I'm 1,000. What do you get there? But I'm 1,000. What do you get 1,000? What do you get there? But I'm 1,000. What do you get 1,000? What do you get 800? What do you get 8? 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 Here, but I'm on 86. 60. But I'm on 6. Here, but I get 60. But I get 60. But I get 60. But I get 5 here. But I'm on 5. Here, but I'm on 500. What do you get 5? Here, 5 here. But I'm on 5. Here, but I'm on 5. Here, but I'm on 5. 4. But I'm at 400. What do you get 4? What do you get 4? What do you get 4 quarter? At 4 and a quarter. 4 and a half. 75. 4 something about 5. Here, but I'm on 5. 5 down quarter and a half. Here, but I'm on 5. 50. 75. Hit 5. 75. 5. Something about 6. And now quarter. 6 and a quarter half. Here, but I'm on 650. 75. Now 7. That's I'm going to get 7. Going to get 7. 6 and 5. Here, but I'm on 7. 6 and 5. Here, but I'm on 7. 6 and 5. Here, but I get 7. 7. Going to get 7. Sold of over 675. 29.07. Here we go. 49.53 bull calf at 14. 14, but I'm on 14. 14, but you get 14. 14, but you get 14. But you get 14. But you get 13. At 13. 13. 13. 13, but I'm on 13. 13. 13. 13, but you get 13. But you get 13. But you get 12 here. But I'm on 12. And now down, but I'm 1,000 quarter half. Here, but I'm on 15. Now 75. Now 11 and now quarter half. Here, but I'm on 50. 75. 12 here. But I'm on 12. 12 and a quarter. And now half. 12 and a half. 75. 12. 75 here. Now 13. 13 a quarter. At 13. 13 a quarter half. Here, but I'm at 13 and 75 here. Now 14. 14 a quarter. At 14 a quarter. 14 and a half. Here, but I'm on 50. But you get 50. But you get 50. But you get 50. But you get 14. 50. At 14. 50. Sold at over 14.25. 10.31. 49.52 bull calf, 49.52 on the bull calf. Right here, but I'm 13, but I'm 13, but we get 13, but I'm 13, at 13, 12, here, but I'm 12, here, we get 1200 now quarter, at 12, 12 and a quarter, but I'm 12, 12, we get 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half, 75, 13, but I'm 13, 13, we get 13, but I'm 13, we get 13, 12, 75, but about 13, sold at over 12.75, but I'm on 64.95, 64.95. 49.61. Bull calf, right here. Here we go on this one. Right here, but about 15, but we get 15, but we get 15, a quarter and a half. Here, but about 15 and a half, 75, 15, 75, 16, 16, a quarter, 16 and a half, 75, 16, 75, now 17, and now a quarter, 17, a quarter, 17 and a half, 75, 18, 18, 18, a quarter, 18 and a half, and now 75, 18, 75, 75, here we give 18, 75, 75, sold at over 18.50, 90, 130. 49.67 bull calf, 10, but I'm at 14, 14, but I'm at 14, 14, but you get 14, but you get 14, 14 a quarter, at 14, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, here, but I'm on 50, but you get 50, but you get 50, but you get 50, 75, 14, 75 here to 15, 15, 15, but I'm on 15, at 15, but you get 15, 14.80, down 90, 14.90, but you get 90, 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 sold at over 14.80, 10.31. 49.64 bull calf, 49.64. 49.64 on the bull calf. Right here, but I'm going to get 1,000, but I'm going to get 1,000. Down everybody get 1,000, everybody get 1,000, everybody get 10, everybody get 1,000, everybody get 900, a 9 here, everybody get 9, here, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, 8, everybody give 8, everybody give 8, everybody give $800 now, quarter, at 8 here, everybody give 8 and a quarter, 8 here, everybody give 8 and a quarter, 8 and a quarter, 8 and a quarter, 8 here, quarter half, everybody on 50, 75, 8, 75, 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, quarter, 9 and a quarter half, everybody on 50, 75, a 9, 75, here, everybody get 1,000, now quarter, everybody 10, everybody get 10 and a quarter, everybody get 10 and a quarter half, everybody on 10, 50, 75, at 10, 75, here, everybody get 10, 75, 10, 50, everybody get 10, 75, here, everybody get 10, 75, 10, 50, everybody get 10, 75, here, everybody get 10, 75, sold at over 10.50, 64.95. 49.63 bull calf, 49.63 on the bull calf here. Right here, what about 17? Somebody would get 17, somebody would get 17 quarter, and 17 a quarter half. Here, what about 79, 75 here, no 18, 18 a quarter half. Here, what about 50, 75, 18, 75, 75, 75 here, would give 18, 75, 75 here, would give 18, 75, sold at over 18.50, 90, 130. 49.68 bull calf, 49.68 on the bull calf. And what about 14? 14, but you get 14, but you get 14, 14, but you get 14, but you get 14, 13, 13, but about 13, but you get 13, 13, but you get 13, 13 quarter, 13, 13 a quarter half. And what about 15, but you get 50, 75, 13, 75 to 14, 14, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half, 14 and a half, 75, 14, 75, 75, here, but you get 14, 75, 75, here, but you get 75, sold at over 14.50, 10.31. 49.74 bull calf, 49.74 on the bull calf. Right there. Here we go. But about 1,000. Everybody get 10. But about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 800. Everybody give 8. Everybody give 8. Everybody give 8. Everybody give 800. Everybody give 8. At 8 here. But about 8. Now quarter. Everybody give 8 here. Now quarter and a half. But about 50. At 8, 50. Somebody about 8. Somebody about 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Quarter. 9 a quarter half. But about 50. Somebody about 9. Somebody about here. Everybody get 1,000. Now quarter. 10 a quarter half. But about 10, 50. 10, 50. Everybody get 10, 50. 75. Here. But about 10, 75. 10, 75. 10, 50. Everybody get 10, 75. 10, 50. Everybody get 10, 75 here, what about 10, 75, now 11, 11, everybody 11, 10, 75 here, everybody 11, 10, 75 here, everybody 11, 10, 75 here, everybody 11, sold up over 10, 75, put them on 36, 12, 36, 12. 49.70 heifer, 49.70 heifer, right here. Here we go on a heifer. Right here, but I'm on 18. But I give 18. But I give 18 quarter. At 1,800 now, quarter and a half. Yeah, but I'm on 50. 18, 50, 75 here to 19. 19 a quarter. A 19. 19 a quarter. 19. But I get 19 quarter. But I get 19 a quarter. Sold at over 1,900. 90, 130. 49.72. Bull calf, 49.72 on the bull calf. High tame, but I'm at 14. 14, but I'm at 14. 14 a quarter. Everybody get 14. 14 a quarter and a half. Everybody get 14. 50. Everybody get 50. 75. 14. 75. 15. 15. Everybody get 15. 14. 80. Now 90. 14. 90. Now 15. 15. 15. 10. 15. 10. Everybody get 10. Everybody get 10. Everybody get 10. 15. 10. 10. But I'm on 10. Everybody get 10. Everybody get 10. Everybody get 15. 10. Sold it over 1,500. 10. 31. 49.69 bull calf. 49.69 on the bull calf. I take but about 14. 14 but about 14. 14 but get 14. 14 but about 14 but get 14 but get 13. 13 13 a quarter. 13 a quarter. 13 13 a quarter but get 13 a quarter. 13 13 a quarter half. Yeah but about 50. 75. Now 14. 14 a quarter. 14 a half. 14 a half. Yeah but about 50. But get 50. But get 50. But get 50. But get 14 50. 14 25. Yeah but about 50. But get 50. But get 50. Sold at over 14 25. 10 31. 49.41. Heifer on a heifer. Right there. Here we go. This one. Right there, but I'm on 18. What do you give 18? 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 17. 17 quarter. What do you get 17? 17 a quarter. What do you get 17 a quarter? 17 a quarter. 17 and a half. Here, but I'm on 50. 75. Here down. 75. 75. Here, what do you get 17? 75. 18. What do you give 18? What do you give 18 quarter? At 18 a quarter. What do you give 18 a quarter half? Yeah, but I'm on 50. What do you give 18? 50. Down 75. 18. 75. 19. 19. What do you get 19? 18. 75. Here, what do you get 19? Sold at over 18. 75. 91. 30. 49.71. Bull calf on the bull calf at 10 but I'm 14. 14 but I'm 14 quarter half. Here but I'm 14 now 75 down 15. 15 a quarter. 15 a quarter. 10 10 20. But you get 15 20 20. But you get 20. But you get 20 30. But I'm on 30 40. But you get 15 40. But you get 40. But you get 40. Sold it over 15 30. But I'm on 40 on 1. Bull calf. 49 bull calf. I tell you what I'm at 15. 15 but I get 50 but I get 50 but I get 15 but I get 14. 14 but I'm at 14. 14 but I'm at 14. At 14. 14 but I'm at 14 but I get 13. 13 13 but I'm at 13 but I get 12. But I'm at 12. Here but I get 12. Here but I get 12. Here but I get 12,000. Up there but I'm at 1,000. But I get 1,000. But I get 10 but I'm at 1,000. But I get 800. Here but I get 8. But I get 8. But I get 8. But I get 800. But I get 8. And now quarter. But I get 8 here. But I get 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. 8 and a half. Here and 75. 8 75 9. But I get 9. But I get 9 quarter and a half. Here but I'm on 50. 75. And now 1,000 quarter. But I'm at 10 and a quarter half. Here but I'm on 10 50. 10 50. But I get 50. But I get 50. But I get 10 50. 10 50. But I get 10 50. But I get 10 50. But I get 10 50. 10 50. Now 75. 10 75. 10 75 here. Now 11. Now quarter. 11 a quarter. 11 a quarter. 11 here. But 11 a quarter. 11 but 11 a quarter. 11 here. But 11 a quarter. 11 but 11 a quarter. But 11 a quarter. 11 a quarter. Sold it over 1100. 10 31. Ah, 49.57. Bull calf. Damn, but I'm at 13. 13, but you get 13. 13, 13, but you get 13, but you get 12. Here, but I'm at 12. And 12, but you get 12, but you get 12, but you get 1,000. But I'm on $1,000, but you get 1,000, but you get 1,000. $1,000 now quarter, half. Here, but I'm on 10, 50. 75 here, but you get 10, 75, 11. 11 now quarter, now half. Here, now 75. 11, 75 here, now 12. And now quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter. But I'm a quarter half. Here, but I'm at 12, 50. 75 here, but you get 12, 75. And now 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half. Here, but I'm on 50. 75, 13, 75 to 14. And now quarter, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter and a half. Here, but I'm at 50. 14, 50, but you get 50, but you get 50, but you get 14, 50, but you get 50, but you get 50. Sold at over 14, 25, 10, 31. 49, 51. Bull calf, 49.51 on the bull calf. 14, but I'm 14, 14, but you get 14, 14, but you get 14, but you get 14, but you get 13. 13 quarter, but you get 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter. 13, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half. But I'm on 50, now 75, 13, 75 to 14. 14, 14 a quarter, but you get 14 a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter. 14, 14 a quarter, but you get 14 a quarter. Sold at over 1,400, but I'm on 40 on 1. 49.22. On the bull calf, right there. Here we go there, but I'm on 18, but you give 18, but you give 18 quarter. Now half here, but I'm on 18, 50, 75, 18, 75, 19, 19 a quarter. Now half, 19, 50, 75, 19, 75 here, but you get 2,000. Now quarter, 2 quarter, half here, but I'm at 20, 50, 75, 20, 60, 60, but I'm on 60, but you get 60, but you get 60, but you get 20, 60. Sold at over 20, 50, 58, 61. 49.47. Bull calf. 49.47 on the bull calf. 18 but 1,000. $10 now quarter. But about half. Here but about 10.50. 75 here now. 11 now quarter half. Here but about 50. 75 here now. 12 and a quarter. And now half. 75. 12 75 here now. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. But about 13. 12 75. But about 13. But you get 13. 12 75. But about 13. But you get 13. 13 quarter. 13 a quarter. 13 and a half. Here but about 50. But you get 50. 75. 13. 75. 75 here now. 14. At 14. 14. But about 14. But you get 14. Sold it over 13.75, 10.31. 49.33 heifer, 49.33 heifer. Right here, but I'm on 18. But you give 18. But you give 18. At 18. But you give 18. But you give 18. 18. But you give 18. But you give 18. 17. 17 a quarter. At now half here. But you give half. 75 here. No 18. But you give 18. 18 a quarter. Half here. But I'm on 18 and a half. 75 at 18. 75 19. But you get 19 quarter. At 19. But you get 19 a quarter. 19. But you get 19 a quarter. Sold it over 1900. But I'm on 91.30. 52.31. Heifer on a heifer right here, but about 15, 15, what do you get 15, 15, what do you get 15, what do you get 15, what do you get 13, 13, 13, what do you get 13, what do you get 12, but about 12, 12, what do you get 12, what do you get 1,000, but about 1,000, what do you get 1,000, what do you get 1,000, but about 1,000, what do you give 800, what do you give 8, what do you give 800, what do you give 8, 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 6, as it but about 6, here, what do you get 60, what do you get 60, what do you get 5 here, but about 5 here, but about 5 here, but about 5 here, what do you get 5, 3, 3, what about 3, now 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 quarter, but now half here, but about 350, 75, at 3, 75, 4, but about 4, now quarter, but you get 4 and a quarter, now half here, but about 4 and a half, 75 here, but about 4, somebody about 5 here, but about 5, and now quarter, 5 and a quarter, 5 and a quarter, 5 here, now quarter, and now half here, but about 550, at 550, but you get 550, but you get 550, but you get 550, but about 550, but you get 550 up here, but you get 550, at 550, but you get 50, but you get 50, but you get 550, but you get 550, but you get 550, but you get 550, 550, but you get 550, but you get 550, 550, sold to over 5 and a quarter, put them on 66.36. 52.32 heifer, 52.32 on a heifer. All right, here we go on this one. Right here, but about 1,000. What do you get? But about 1,000. What do you get? 1,000. 1,000. But about 1,000. What do you get? 1,000. What do you get? 800. Here, what do you get? 8. What do you get? 8 here. Now quarter, 8 and a quarter half. Here, but about 50. 75. 875. 75 here. But about 875. At 875 here. But about 875 here. Now 9. What do you get? 900. Now quarter, 9 and a quarter. What do you get? 9 and a quarter half. Here, but about 50. And now 75. Now 1,000. Now quarter. But about 10 and a quarter. 10 and a half. And now 75. 10. 75. Now 11. What do you get? 11. What do you get? 11. 10. 11. And now quarter. 11 and a quarter. What do you get? 11 and a quarter. $1,100 now quarter, 11, 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, and now half, 11.50, 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, here, 12, 12, now quarter, now half, here, 12, 50, 75, and now 13, 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, 75 to 14, and now quarter, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, 14, what do you get 14 a quarter, and 14, 14 a quarter, what do you get 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, sold at over 1,400. Number 8, 49.62. Bull calf, 49.62 on the bull calf, 18, but I'm on 18 a quarter, but you give 18, 18 a quarter, at 18 a quarter, but I'm on 25 here, but I'm on 25 today, but you get 50, 75 here to 19, 19, 19 a quarter, 19 and a half, 75, and now 2,000 quarter, but now half here, but I'm on 20, 50, 20, 30, 40, 50, 20, 50, 60, 60, but you get 60, 20, 60, but you get 60, but you get 60, but you get 60, 20, 60, 60, but you get 60, sold at over 20, 50, 58, 61, 49.60. Bull calf, 49.60 on the bull calf. All right, but about 13, 13, 13, what do you get 13, 13, 13, what do you get 13, what do you get 13, what do you get 11, 1,100, what do you get 11, and now quarter, 11, 11 a quarter, but about 11, what do you get 11 a quarter, 11, what do you get 11 a quarter, now half, here, but about 50, 75, 12, here, but about 12, 12 and a quarter, half, here, but about 50, 75, now 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, what do you get 13 a quarter, sold at about 1,300, put them on 80 on 1X. 49.44 heifer, 49.44 heifer. Damn, but I'm on 17. Somebody would get 17, would get 17. Somebody would get 17 a quarter, 17 a quarter, 17 and a half. And now 75 here, now 18, would give 18, 18 a quarter, half. Here, but I'm on 50, 75 to 19, 19, 19, 19 a quarter, 19, 19 a quarter, would get 19 a quarter, 19, would get 19 a quarter, sold at over 1,900, 91.30. 52.38 bull calf, 52.38 on the bull calf. 10, but I'm 12. Here we get 1200. Here we get 12. 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 Here we get 12,000. $1,000 now quarter. Here we get 10. We get 10 a quarter now half. But I'm 50. 75. 10. 75 now 11. Now a quarter. 11 a quarter half. Here but I'm 50. 75 now 1175. 1175 here but I'm 1175. 1150 we get 75. 1150 now 75 here we get 1175. Sold up over 1150. 3612. 3612. 49, 38, bull calf, and 10, but about 14, 14, but about 14, 14, but you get 14, but you get 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, but about 13, 13, but you get 12, here, but about 12, now quarter, but you get 12, 12 and a quarter, but about 12, 12 and a quarter, 12, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half, here, but about 50, 75, 12, but about 13, 13, 13, 13, but about 13, 13, 13, but about 13, 12, 75, here, but about 13, 13, 13, but about 13, 12, 75, here, but about 13, 13, now quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, but you get 13 a quarter, sold at over 1,300, 10, 31. 52.39, bull calf, 52.39 on the bull calf. I would have been 12. He would get 1,200. He would get 12. 12 here, would have been 12. He would get 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 1,000. Then would have been 1,000. Would get 1,000. Would get 1,000. Would get 1,000. Would get 1,000. Then would have been 1,000 now quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. Would have been 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. Would get 10 a quarter. 10, 10 a quarter. Would get 10 a quarter. 10 a quarter half. Yeah, would have been 10, 50. Now 75. He would get 10, 75. 11. 11 now quarter. 11 a quarter. 11 a quarter. $1,100 now quarter. 11. He would get 11 a quarter. 11. Would get 11 a quarter. 11. Would get 11 a quarter. 11 a quarter, 11.25, sold at over 1,100, 45, 55. 49.54. Bull calf, 49.54 on the bull calf. Right there, but I'm on 14, 14, we get 14, we get 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 13, 13, we get 13, we get 12 here, but I'm on 12 here, we get $1,200, we get 12, and 12 here, but I'm on 12 here, we get 12, 11, 11, we get 11, we get 11, we get 1,000, but I'm on 1,000 a quarter, we get 10, 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, but I'm on 10, we get 10 a quarter, we get 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, we get 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, but I'm on 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, we get 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, we get 10 a quarter, we get 10, 25, here, but I'm on 10, 25, here, we get 10, 25, 10, 25, you ever on 10, 25? Sir, did you bid 1,000 over here? I'm sorry, I thought you did. 1,000, here we give 800, here we give 8, we give 800, we give 8, we give 800, here we give 8, we give 800, we give 8, we give 800, we give 8, we give 6, here we give 6, here we give 6, here we give 6, 6 here, but I'm on 6, now quarter, we get 600, now quarter, we get 6 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half, now 75, 6 75, now 70, now quarter, now half, here we I'm on 750, 75, now 8, we give 800, now quarter, now half, here we I'm on 850, we give 850, 75, 875, 9, here we get 900, now quarter, now half, here we get 950, 75, 975, here we get 1,000, now quarter, 10, here, what about 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, everybody get 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, everybody get 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, everybody get 10 a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, everybody get 10 a quarter, 10, 25, sold at over 1,000, 64.95. 49.58, bull calf, 49.58 on the bull calf. Retain, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, we get 14, we get 14, we get 12, and 12 here, but I'm on 12, 12 and a quarter, we get 12, 12 and a quarter, now half here, but I'm on 12, 50, 75, 12, 75 here, now 13, 13 a quarter, 13 and a half, 75, and now 14, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, and 14, 14 a quarter, now half here, we get 14 and a half, 75, 14, 75, 75 here, now 15, 15, but I'm on 15, and 15, we get 50, we get 50, we get 15, 14, 75 here, but I'm on 50, we get 50, we get 15, 15, we get 15, sold at over 14.75, 10, 31. 49.65. Bull calf, 49.65 on the bull calf here at the but I'm on 8, we give $800, we give 8, now quarter, at 8 here, we give 8 and a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 50, 75, now 9, we give 9, now quarter, now half, here, but I'm on 50, 75 here, now 1,000, now quarter, but I'm at 10 a quarter, we get 10, 25, at 10, 25, 10, 25, 50, we get 10, 50, at 10, 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 10, 50, we get 10, 50, 75, 10, 75, here, we get 10, 75, at 10, 50, we get 10, 75, 10, 50, we get 10, 75, here, but I'm on 10, 75, 10, 75, sold up over 10, 50, 36, 12. 49.39. Bull calf, 49.39 on the bull calf. Right here we go there, but I'm on 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, we get 14, we get 13, 13, 13, 13, a quarter, we get 13, a quarter, but about 25, 13, 25, 25, 50, we get 13, 50, 75 here to 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 13, 80, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 13, 80, sold at over 13, 75, 10, 31. 49, 45. Bull calf, 10, but about 14, 14, but to get 14, 14, but about 14, 14, but to get 14, 14, but about 14, 13, and now quarter and a half, here, but about 13 and a half, 75 to 14, 14 and a quarter, 14 and a half, hit 14 and a half, now 75, 14, 75, here, but to get 14, 75, at 14, 50, now 75, here, but to get 75, sold it over 14, 50, 10, 31. 49, 56. Bull calf, 10, but about 13, 13, 13, but to get 13, 13, but about 13, 13, but to get 13, but to get 12, at $1,200, but to get 12 quarter, but about 12, 12 and a quarter, 12, 12 and a quarter, but about 12, but to get 12 and a quarter, but to get 12 and a quarter, half, yeah, but about 12, 50, 75, at 12, but about 13, 13, 13, 13, but about 13, 13, but to get 13, at 12, 75, yeah, but about 13, but to get 13, sold up over 12, 75, 36, 12. 49, 49, bull calf, 49, 49, bull calf, but about 14, 14, but to get 14, quarter, 14 a quarter, but to get 14 a quarter, but to get 25, 25, 25, here, but to get 14, 25, and now 50, but to get 14, 50, but to get 50, 75 here, but about 75 here, to 15, 15, 15, but about 15, 15, now quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, but to get 10, 20, but about 20, but to get 20, 30, but about 30, but to get 30, but to get 30, but to get 15, 30, 40, 15, 40, but to get 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 15, 40, 15, 40, sold it over 15, 30, 10, 31. 49, 66. On the bull calf here, but about here, but to get 12, here, but to get 1,200, here, but to get 12, here, but about 12, here, but to get 12, here, but to get 12, and 12, here, but to get 12, here, but to get 12,000, but about 10, but to get 10, but to get 1,000, but to get 10, but about 1,000 and a quarter, 10, 10 a quarter, but about 10 a quarter, half, yeah, but about 10, 50, but to get 10, 50, 75 here, but about 10, 75, 11, and now a quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, 11 here, but to get 11 a quarter, and now half, here, but about 50, 11, 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, here, but about 12, 12, now a quarter, but to get 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter, half, yeah, but about 12, 50, 12, 50, but to get 50, but to get 50, but to get 12, 50, but to get 12, 50, 12, 50, sold up every 12.25. Put them on 36.12. 36.12. 49.43. Bull calf. 49.43 on the bull calf here. But about 14. 14. But to get 14. But to get 14. But to get 13. At 13. 13 a quarter. $13. But to get 13 a quarter. 13 and a half. Here. But about 15. But to get 13. 50. 75. Down 14. 14. 14. 14 a quarter. At 14. 14 a quarter. But to get 14 a quarter. At 14. 14 a quarter. But to get 14 a quarter. But to get 14 a quarter. 14 a quarter. Sold at over 1,400. 10.31. 49.42. Bull calf. 49.42 on the bull calf. 14, but about 14. 14, but about 14. 14, but to get 14. 14, but about 14. But to get 13. 13 quarter. But to get 13 a quarter, half. Yeah, but about 13 and a half. 75. 13, 75. 75 here, but about 75. 75 here. But to get 13. 75. 75 here. But to get 13. 75. 13, 50. 75 to 14. 14, but about 14. 14 a quarter. 14. 14 a quarter. But to get 14 a quarter. 14 a quarter. 14 a quarter. 14. 14 a quarter. But to get 14 a quarter. Sold at over 1,410. 31. 49, 48. Bull calf. Retain, but about 1,000. But to get 10, but about 10, but to get 1,000. 10, but to get 1,000 a quarter. But to get 10, 10 a quarter, half. But about 10, 50. Some but about 10, some but about 11. 11 here, but to get 11. But to get 1,100 now, quarter. 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, half. But about 50, 11, 50, 75. 11, 75, 75 here, but to get 11, 75. 11, 50, 75, 11, 50. But to get 75, 12. And now quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter. Now half. But about 12, 50, 75. 12, 75, 12, 75 here, but about 12, 75, 75 here, but to get 12, 75. Sold at over 12.50. Put them on 45.55. 49.73. Bull calf. 49.73 on the bull calf. I tell you what about 14. 14, we to get 14, we to get 13. 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13, but about 25. 13, 25 here to 50, we to get 13, 50, 75, 13, 75 to 14. 14, we to get 14, 14 a quarter, 14 and a half. 14 and a half, here but about 14 and a half. 14 and a half, here we to get 14 and a half, here we to get 14 and a half. Sold at over 14 a quarter, 10.31. 52.41. Bull calf. Right there. Here we go on this one. Right here, but I'm on 18. We to give 18. We to give 18. We to give 18. 17. Somebody we to get 17. 15. 17. But I'm on 15. 15. But I'm on 15. 15. We to get 15. 15. 15 a quarter. 15. 15 a quarter. 15. 15 a quarter and a half. Here, but I'm on 15 and a half. 75. 15. 75. 16. 16 a quarter. 16 and a half. And now 75. 16. 75. 75 here. No 17. 17. 17 a quarter. 17 a quarter. 17 and a half. 75 here. We to get 17. 75. 18. 18 a quarter. At 18. 18 a quarter. We to get give 18 a quarter. 18 would give 18 a quarter. Sold it over 1858.61. $49.93. Heifer, $49.93 on a heifer. Retain, but I'm on 12. Here we get 1200. Here we get 12. Here, but I'm on 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. Here, but I'm on 12. Here we get 12. Here, but I'm on 12. At 12. Here we get 12. Here, but I'm on 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 1,000. But I'm on 10. Here we get 1,000 and a quarter. 10 a quarter, 10 and a half. Here, but I'm on 50. 75, 10, 75, 11. 11, 11, 11, 11, and now a quarter. 11 a quarter, 11 and a half. 11.50. We get 50. We get 50. We get 50. We get 11.50. 11.50. We get 50. We get 50. 11.20. But I'm on 50. 11.25. Yeah, but I'm on 50. 11.25. Yeah, but I'm on 50. We get 50. We get 50. We get 11.50. 11.50. Sold it over 11.25, 64.95. You ready? Hey, whatever you are. I'll turn it over to Jason.